Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if Naruto becomes genius during the Chunin exams part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. Night of the Kyuubi attack. Hold off the attack and wait for the 4th Hokage. One Leaf Ninja said. It's getting closer. Don't let it near the village. Another Leaf Ninja shouted, jumping backwards. 6 years later, Naruto had just got done having a meal at Ichiraku Ramen and was heading home. But he had to be quick, or the villagers would find him. The boy started running down the streets and into the alleyways in an effort to evade detection. While he was running, he accidentally collided with someone. Too afraid to look up, the blonde tried to run away. But the person decided to grab him by the arm, keeping him in place. Well, what do we have here? The person asked, looking down at Naruto, with an evil glint in his eye. The guy was probably 5x the size of the young boy. Hey everyone, it's the demon brat. There was that name again. Why does everybody call him that? Wondered Naruto with a feeling of pain and sadness in his heart. The sound of the man yelling attracted a huge group of about 15 people. Some were civilians and others were shinobi, chunin and jonin alike. Instantly, the feeling of fear that he knew all too well washed over him. The boy knew if he tried to run, they would just catch him. He decided to take the chance anyway. He turned around and took off in the opposite direction. The mob chased him all the way to the other end of the street, where they cornered him in a back alley. It didn't take long for Naruto to realize that he was trapped. He turned back around and saw the mob slowly approaching his location. Once they were in close proximity, the shinobi took out their weapons and began to cut into his flesh, stabbing him in the legs, arms, and stomach. Then, to make matters worse, someone took out a bottle of sake and poured it all over his wounds, causing the boy to hiss in pain. Please stop, Naruto asked weakly. This only seemed to anger them more. Did you stop when we asked you to spare our loved ones? The mob screamed at him. What are you talking about? I haven't done anything to you people. I don't even know you. Naruto shouted at his attackers, trying to reason with them. You stupid demon. You killed all our families. You should just die already. Please, the blonde boy begged. I didn't do anything. I'm just a kid. They refused to listen to his pleas. Eventually, he just gave up and let it happen. After a while, the mob resorted to just beating on him relentlessly, until he was knocked unconscious from a blow to his head. The last thing the blonde remembered seeing was black spots cloud his vision. Then he woke up in a different place, one he'd never seen before. Naruto looked around and saw that he appeared to be in a sewer. All he could feel was water up to his ankles. There was also a faint light coming from the distance. What the heck? Now they just leave me to die in a sewer. What did I even do to deserve this kind of treatment? He screamed out in anguish. Subconsciously, he began to walk towards the light at the end of the tunnel. After a couple minutes of trudging through the water, Naruto came up to a giant golden cage. Out of the darkness came a giant red fox with 9 huge tails thrashing behind him. The boy noticed that the creature had giant menacing red eyes with black slits in the center, along with huge fangs and claws. It took a couple seconds, but he soon recognized who this creature was. 2 things now bothered him. 1. Where was he? 2. Why was the Kyuubi in a cage? So my jailer finally decides to make himself known to me, said the gigantic fox, in his normal deep demonic voice. Your jailer? Naruto asked, confused with the entire ordeal. Yes. You are the Jinchuriki of the mighty Kyuubi no Kitsune. Suddenly everything became clear. Now the boy understood why everybody hated him, why people called him a demon, and why they wanted him dead. So you're the 9-tailed fox, and I'm your jailer? How is that possible? I was sealed into your body by your dreaded 4th Hokage, the beast answered. So where exactly are we? We're in your mindscape. So you're the reason everybody hates me? Naruto accused, lashing out at the monster. Yes, and I'm truly sorry for the torture those ignorant villagers put you through, the demon replied, concern and guilt in his voice. I have a question. What is it? Why did you attack the village? Naruto figured he might be able to get down to the bottom of things, if he could perhaps continue to interrogate his prisoner. Truth be told, I never meant for any of that to happen. I was being controlled by an Uchiha using the Sharingan, the Kyuubi said, explaining his side of the story, so the Sharingan can be used to control the tailed beast. He was hoping with his questions, he could possibly better understand the situation himself. Yes, that is correct, Kurama replies to Naruto's statement, surprised by the boy's level of understanding. Wasn't he this kid only 6 years old? So it wasn't your fault. A small grin appeared on Naruto's face. The beast was truly surprised at Naruto's level of maturity. Can I ask another question? Go ahead. Who are my parents? Your father was Minato Namikaze, and your mother was Kushina Uzumaki. Naruto was shocked. His father was his hero, the 4th Hokage, and his mother was the legendary Red Hot Habanero. So my father was the 4th Hokage, aka the Yellow Flash of Konoha, and my mom was the Red Hot Habanero? He asked for confirmation, amazed with the lineage he now knew he was a part of. Yes, the fox answered, confirming Naruto's thoughts as true. Can you tell me about them? Maybe if he knew who they were, he might be able to help the boy gain a better understanding of what they were like. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't really know much about them. That's okay. I'll just ask Old Man Hokage, Naruto responded. He wasn't at all bothered by the fox's answer. In fact, he figured that would be the case. The Kyuubi was deep in thought, contemplating what he should do next. He decided he would try to train Naruto to be a strong ninja. After all, he couldn't have his jailer be pathetically weak now, could he? Hey kid. Yes? Naruto looked back up at the creature. How would you like me to train you to become a really powerful ninja? Naruto was overjoyed. No one had ever offered to train him. Best of all, however, it was offered by the strongest Biju in the world, or so he thought. A/N, the 10 tails is the strongest. There were still a few things he needed answered though. Before we train. I have a question. What is it? Not surprised he has already asked the fox like 5, the beast went over in his head. Needless to say, Kurama was getting slightly irritated with the blonde's barrage of questions. What's your name? I mean, it can't actually be Kyuubi. Can it? Now he was even more shocked. No one ever asked him that question. It's Kurama. Kurama? Huh, interesting name. Nice to meet you, Kurama. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. You're different from my other jailers, Kurama announced, memories of his past flooding all of the sudden. That's not a bad thing, is it? Naruto asked, worry laced in his voice. No, it's not, the fox assured. I'm just not used to people being nice to me is all. That's sad. You don't seem like a bad guy to me. Anyway, Kurama began, trying to change the subject. Before we begin training, there is something we need to do. What would that be? I need access to your senses, if you want me to be able to train you. It'll allow me a better understanding of your skills, so we could accommodate them accordingly. This will also heighten your natural attributes a great deal, allowing your sense of smell, sound, sight, and taste to be far greater than any other human being. Okay, Naruto said with a smile, then he realized something. How do I do that? You see that seal on the gate? Kurama pointed a claw at the paper with a kanji on it, located in the middle of the gate. Rip off half of it, and then I'll tell you the next step. But how am I supposed to reach it? Is he expecting Naruto to jump or something? I'll help you. Kurama started to lift Naruto in the air with his chakra, just until he was at the seal. Once there, Naruto took no hesitation in ripping it in half, allowing it to float into the water and vanish from sight. It was almost like it was never there. Kurama then pushed open the gates and walked out until he was in front of the blonde. Now you just fist bump with me, and the merger will be complete. The blonde fist bumped with the giant creature. Suddenly, a surge of energy was felt throughout his entire body. He could now hear all the separate drips of water within his mind, and smelled the scent of himself and Kurama. The instant stimuli disoriented him, and he fell into Kurama's paw. A couple seconds later, he was recovered. That felt weird. One more thing, the fox spoke up, grabbing the boy's attention once more. Can you change the appearance of this place? It's kind of drab and depressing? Sure. How do I do that? Just imagine what you want the place to look like, and it will be presented out here. Naruto imagined a simple Konoha training ground. The sun was high in the sky and there were a couple benches, along with beautiful green hills. To his amazement, the room took on the appearance of the image he saw in his mind. Nice choice, kid, the beast praised, admiring the landscape that now surrounded him. Much better than before. Now can we train? The boy asked, getting a little impatient. Not right now, Kurama replied. You have to wake up. Old Man Third needs to know you're okay. Oh, and another thing you should know. Now that I have access to your senses, we can communicate telepathically. So we can talk at any time we want. Now wake up. I'm going to rest for a while. Alright, Naruto relented. Talk to you later, Kurama. The blonde could feel himself waking up, as he slowly drifted from the mindscape. When he opened his eyes, all he could see was white walls and ceilings. He heard the sound of a heart monitor to his left. From the pressure underneath him, he could tell he was laying in a bed. A soft pillow was beneath his head, and there was a comfy blanket covering him. With this info, he knew he was in the hospital. The blonde felt discomfort at the realization. He hated hospitals. Deciding to sit up, he looked to his right, and noticed the third Hokage was asleep in a chair, next to his bed. Hey Gigi. Wake up, the boy said, trying to rouse the old man from his subconscious. Oh Naruto, you're up. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm used to it by now, Naruto replied, absent-mindedly. He was too busy thinking back on how often his nights ended this way. The only difference now is that he met the Ninetales this time. The boy's answer saddened the old man. It was completely insane that this happened often enough for it to become a normal thing for the young boy to deal with. Curse those villagers. Why didn't you tell me that I had the Kyuubi sealed inside me? Naruto asked, shocking the third out of his own thoughts. How did Naruto know about the Kyuubi? Did someone tell him? The Hokage decided to voice his thoughts, asking, how do you know about that? The Leaf Village's leader was really starting to worry. Kurama told me, Naruto answered plainly. Who's Kurama? The man asked, getting suspicious. Was there someone in the village who broke the oath made 6 years ago? The nine-tailed fox. That's his name, Naruto explained. Oh, was the third S only response. At least he didn't have to worry about someone trying to cloud Naruto's mind with hatred and anger towards the village. I mean that's what he hoped the QB wasn't he trying to do, by telling Naruto about the events of his birthday. He also told me about my parents. The blonde announced, giving the old man a serious look. Well, that was unexpected. I'm sorry, Naruto. I know you must be mad. But I had made it a law that no one ever tell you. However, I was going to tell you about your parents after you were made Chunin, the Hokage assured, trying to explain his reasons behind the choice he had made to hide the truth from the child. You see, your father had a lot of enemies. He wanted you to be able to protect yourself from any harm they may cause. I understand, Jiji-sama. You don't have to worry. I get it, Naruto reassured the old man. I'm glad you're not upset, Naruto. Did Kurama tell you anything else? Yay. He said he was going to train me to be a really powerful ninja. Naruto responded, excited for his training to begin. That's wonderful, Naruto, the third replied, still not sure if he was okay with that idea. But are you sure you can trust him? The Hokage asked, worried. He wanted to be absolutely sure that the fox was not deceiving the child. It seems questioning Naruto was the only way to do that. So he put up with it. Yeah, I can. He isn't evil or anything. I mean, he does have a lot of anger towards humans. But it's okay. In fact, the QB attack 6 years ago wasn't he even his doing. How so? The Hokage questioned. Now he was extremely nervous. He was being controlled by an Uchiha with the Sharingan, Naruto answered, explaining his previous statement. Oh. Once again, this was the Hokage's only response. Speaking of training, Naruto. I've decided to enroll you in the academy next year. That way you'll be able to start your first step to becoming a ninja, the man informed the boy, with a smile on his face. That's awesome, GG. The blonde shouted, forgetting the honorific, due to his excitement. That gives me a year to train with Kurama, so I'll be even stronger when I join. That's great, Naruto. The Hokage is going to have to watch his training closely. The man was still not sure he likes the idea of the demon teaching the boy. Now I want you to come by my office tomorrow. There's a couple of things I want to give you. Oh, and you're free to go whenever you want. Naruto immediately jumped out of bed and hugged the third. Then he ran out the door, probably the happiest he has ever been in his entire life. Training ground number 3. Alright, Kurama, what's first? Naruto asked the fox, using their new telepathic link. First, I want you to learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu. With your chakra, you want to be able to create regular clones. The SCJ gives you memory feedback, which allows you to retain the memories of your clone's experiences. This, in turn, will help you further your training at a faster pace. Meaning what would take 1 month to learn normally would only take 3 days if you were to use 10 clones, the fox replied. So I'll be able to become stronger, even faster? Awesome. So first, do you know what chakra is? Not really. I should have known. You are only 6 years old after all. So there are 2 distinct energy sources that you have, physical and spiritual. Physical is the energy within your body's billions of cells, and spiritual is your training and experience. When you combine these 2 energies, it creates chakra, which is the ability to use all types of jutsu, i.e. ninjutsu, genjutsu, fuinjutsu, etc. But in order to use these effectively, you need to augment your chakra control. This will be harder for you, because of your massive chakra reserves. Alright, I'm ready, Naruto announced, taking it all in. How do I do the SCJ? What you need to do is form a cross with the pointer and middle finger of both your hands, and gather chakra. Whilst doing this, picture yourself splitting multiple times. With your chakra reserves, it should be easy for you. Okay. I'll give it a try. Naruto did what he was told, gathering chakra around his body and imagining himself splitting in 2. Due to his lack of chakra control, about 200 Narutos showed up. Both the blonde and Kurama were amazed at how many there were. To begin, we'll have half of your clones practice chakra control by doing some tree climbing. The other half will be practicing taijutsu. Taijutsu does not require chakra. But that does not mean you can't use chakra in taijutsu. In fact, using chakra in taijutsu will actually make you stronger and faster than you already are. Alright, everyone, Naruto said, turning to the clones. You know what you need to do. Half of the clones practice walking up a tree, quickly realizing too much chakra, and the bark breaks, too little chakra causes you to slip. The other half started practicing their taijutsu. While his clones were working, Kurama gave Naruto a training regiment. This way, he could strengthen his body and increase his speed, because those traits would not be passed from the clones. Okay, Kit. I want you to do 30 laps around the training ground. Next, do 100 push-ups, followed by 50 sit-ups. You're going to be doing this every day, the beast instructed, secretly enjoying the look of exasperation on his student's face. Are you crazy? Is this fox serious? I can't do that. Yes, you can, and you will. Now do it. The beast commanded. Naruto begrudgingly began to do his exercise. Once he was done, it was around 12 o'clock. Kurama told him to dispel his clones 20 at a time. The entity noticed Naruto was dazed and gave him some advice. Don't take time to sort through the memories, you have the knowledge. In battle, 1 second is all it takes for you to be defeated. Okay, good to know. Now that you have your clone-s memories, walk up the tree. Naruto walked towards the tree, and subconsciously put in just the right amount of chakra into his feet. He put one foot on the trunk, followed by the second one, and proceeded to walk all the way up the tree, before coming back down. Wow, that was easy and awesome. Don't get too excited. That was just the first step. Tomorrow we will do water walking, which takes slightly less chakra, causing it to be more difficult. But for now, I want you to check out some books on chakra theory, fuinjutsu, ninjutsu and taijutsu. Have your clones read them, and then dispel them when they're done. That should make your training progress even further. While they're doing that, you're going to go into town and get a few things. Naruto created the clones and sent them to the library, then he headed into town. So what do we need to get Kurama? First some ninja tools, then some food, and finally new clothes. But whenever I try to buy stuff from the store, I'm kicked out, or overcharged. He explained, anger laced in his voice. That's why I'm going to teach you the transformation jutsu. The demon explained, clearly annoyed. Does this kid not realize that he has a plan? All you have to do is gather chakra around your body, and imagine a person you want to look like. It's very similar to how you change the appearance of your mindscape. Naruto began gathering chakra, and imagined the body of a random ninja he saw during one of the attacks against him. After he transformed, the boy purchased a kunai and shuriken set, along with some blast tags and training weights. Kurama told him that he would need them to increase his speed and strength. For food, he got eggs, milk, some fruits and veggies, and any other food that would be considered healthy. Then he went to the clothing store, and purchased some black shinobi sandals, white shorts, a black shirt with a red Uzumaki crest on the back, a shuriken pouch for his right hip, a kunai holster for the outside of his right leg, followed by some wrappings to hide the weights. He also decided to buy a black jacket, with a white Uzumaki crest on the back. This completed his new fashion style. It goes without saying that he now looked like a real shinobi, and was ready for all of his training. The next day, Naruto woke up bright and early, put on his weights which were 20 pounds on his legs and 10 pounds on his arms. He wrapped them up, ate a nice breakfast of eggs, bacon, and pancakes. Then he took a shower, got dressed, did his routine, and finally headed to the Hokage Tower. Hokage Tower. Once Naruto got to the tower, he ran up the stairs and knocked on the door. He waited till he heard a come in, and strolled inside to see what the old man had to give him. Hey Gigi. What did you want to give me? Naruto asked excitedly. Is that you, Naruto? I almost didn't recognize you with your new clothes. Yup. It's me. Kurama taught me the transformation jutsu. So I was finally able to buy stuff without getting kicked out or overcharged, Naruto answered, grinning sheepishly. I'm glad. Now about why I asked you here. I wanted to give you a few things from your parents. Oh, what are they? Well, first, there is a map to the Namikaze compound that your parents had. The house uses a blood seal though. So only you or anyone you allow in will be able to enter. Second, I wanted to give you some scrolls from your parents. They contain the various jutsu they knew. These include the chakra chains, which is a bloodline in the Uzumaki clan, the flying Hiraishin, the jutsu that allowed your father to teleport, and what gave him the name Yellow Flash. The third thing I wanted to give you is the money that your parents left you. Inside the house, under your parents' bed, is a secret entryway to a room that contains all the money they had. I hope these things will help you in the future. You may go now. With all of that finished, Naruto left the tower, and followed the map to his house. When he got there, he unlocked the blood seal and walked inside. The next 10 minutes or so was spent searching around the compound. The place had 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 training grounds, plus a huge kitchen and dining room. Then he went to his parents' room, lifted the bed, and walked down the hidden stairs into the secret vault, which was what he decided to call it. Naruto was astonished. There was easily enough money to last his lifetime, and then some. Hey Kurama? I've been thinking. Maybe I should act stupid and loudmouth during the academy. That way I can impress and surprise everybody later. Plus the villagers won't see me as a threat, and try to attack me, hopefully. 6 years later. It was a beautiful day in Konoha. The trees were green, the village was quiet. Not a sound could be heard. Naruto Uzumaki can be seen running from some Chunin level ninja with a bucket of paint, laughing at the fact that they can't catch him. Ha 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 ha, Naruto, get back here. You've really crossed the line this time, one of the Chunin shouted at the boy, continuing to chase him all over the place. Give it up. You're just jealous cause you don't have the guts to do what I did. Ha, losers, wannabes. You'll never catch me. With the Hokage. The Hokage was in his room painting a symbol on a scroll, when a random ninja popped in. Lord Hokage, he shouted, grabbing the old man's attention. I hope you're not bothering me with some trivia, And don't tell me it's Naruto again, the somewhat grumpy Hokage replied. It is Naruto again. He climbed up the great stone monument and put graffiti all over the Hokage, the ninja informed. Back with Naruto. Naruto continues to bounce up and down the walls of the buildings, evading capture. He quickly runs down the street, allowing them to follow after him. Unknown to them though, Naruto was hiding behind a cloth that was designed to look like the fence. Once they're gone, he pulls down the cloth and continues to laugh at their lack of skill. Ha ha ha. That was too easy. Oh yeah, Naruto. Some scared-faced ninja shouted, announcing his presence behind the boy. Ah. Where do you come from, Irika-sensei? What are you doing here? Naruto accused, turning around after he fell on his butt. Was that too much? No. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in class, academy classroom. Naruto is currently tied up in the center of the class, being scolded by Irika-sensei. I'm at the end of my rope here, Naruto. A/N, pun intended, you failed the graduation test last time, and the time before that. Now you have another chance. And you're messing up again, Naruto grunted in fake indignation. That was on purpose, he replies in his head. I started twitching in irritation. But because you missed it, Naruto. Everyone will review the transformation jutsu. A series of amens and groans were heard throughout the classroom. Time skip. Alright, Sakura here. Let us do it. Transform, the pinkette declared. A poof was heard, and in her place was a copy of Irika. Transform into me, good, the teacher says, writing something on his notepad. I did it. I did it. Sasuke, did you see that? Sakura says, turning to her crush. The boy in question chose to ignore her. Rejected, she walked back to her place in line. Next, Sasuke Uchiha, Irika announced. Sasuke, who doesn't even say anything, transforms almost perfectly. The height of the transformation was off by a few inches. Good. This is a total waste of time, Naruto. A boy with a pineapple haircut says from his spot to the right of the blonde. Yeah. We always have to pay for your screw-ups. A second student, this one being a girl with platinum blonde hair, continues, following up on the boy's statement. Like I care. Naruto replied to their whining, pretending to actually be bothered by what they were saying. Next, Naruto Uzumaki. Should I give them a surprise, Kurama? He asked the fox using his mental connection with the demon. Yes. It'll be hilarious seeing their reactions. Kurama laughs already thinking about it. Transform. Naruto transforms into Irika, perfectly, shocking the entire class. Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? He says with a smirk on his face. He did it perfectly, even better than the Uchiha. Good job, Naruto, perfect score. Smiling, Irika placed a 100 by his blonde student's name. Hokage Monument. You're not going home until you've cleaned off every drop of paint. Irika yelled from his spot above where the boy was suspended in the air with rope. Naruto stopped washing the paint and glared at his teacher. Like I care. It's not like there's anybody at home waiting for me. Irika felt empathy for Naruto's present situation. It was a lot like his childhood. Maybe he should reward him with some ramen, Irika mused. To congratulate him for acing the transformation jutsu. Hey Naruto. Naruto stopped his cleaning once more. What do you want now, sensei? The boy asked with a fake scowl on his face. I was thinking. Maybe after you're done, we could go out for some ramen. The good stuff, what do you think? I'll have this done in no time then. The boy was actually excited. Even though he ate healthier now. Ramen was still his favorite food. Ichiraku ramen. Naruto, why would you do that to the Hokage faces? I mean, you know who the Hokage are. Don't you? The scared Chunin asked the boy, who was hungrily scarfing down noodles. Of course I do. They were the best shinobi of their time, right? Best of the best, undefeated ninja champs. And the fourth Hokage is the one who saved the village from the nine-tailed fox. By sealing it in him, Naruto added as an afterthought. He was the most amazing. Then why would Dash, the Chunin started asking, before the 12-year-old cut him off. Because I'm going to be better than all of them. Me. Naruto, the next Hokage. A ninja legend. Then everybody will have to stop disrespecting me, and look up to me. Academy next day. The final exam will be on the clone jutsu. When you hear your name called, please proceed to the next room, Irika instructed his class. Scene skip. Alright Naruto. All you need to do is create 3 identical clones, Irika explained, really hoping Naruto finally passes, and fulfills his dream of becoming a ninja. Sensei? Can I do a different kind of clone jutsu? I guess? Shadow clone jutsu. Naruto exclaimed, putting his hands up in the cross symbol. 3 solid clones of the blonde poofed into existence. Those are solid clones. He has mastered an extremely advanced jutsu. Great job, Naruto, you graduate. Come pick a headband, Irika congratulated, whilst gesturing to the many headbands that were folded up neatly on the desk. Do you have any in black? Yeah, here you go. Irika handed him a black Konoha headband that was in a drawer to his left. Thank you? Naruto says, grabbing the object from Irika's hand. Piece of cake, he says to the fox in his mind. Walking out of the room with the item in his hand, he surprised every one of his classmates. Nice job, Dobe, the raven-haired boy, who almost did as well as him on the transformation test, said. He was congratulating, but also insulting the blonde at the same time. Naruto knew this, of course. I can't believe you passed. But you'll still never be as good as Sasuke, the pinkette declared with a smug look on her face. You're right, Naruto replies, with a smirk on his face. I'm better. What did you say, loser? Does this guy really think he is as good as him? The boy was an Uchiha? That alone means he is better. Wow. I thought you were cool and level-headed. I didn't think you'd be angered so easily. Naruto was clearly mocking the boy. And it was working. Sakura was angry that Naruto made fun of her precious Sasuke. She went to hit him, but he easily dodged, shocking everyone in the room once again, even Sasuke. But he wouldn't show it. I would appreciate it if you didn't try to hit me anymore. Thank you and goodbye. The only thought going through everybody's head as Naruto left was, is that the same Naruto? Sasuke ran outside after Naruto in a fit of rage. If you're so much better than me, then fight me and prove it. Why should I? I don't have to prove myself to you, the blonde retorted, continuing to walk away. Sasuke became even angrier and ran at Naruto to prove him wrong. To show him that he was the best in the class. Everyone came outside to watch Sasuke put Naruto in his place. But what happened next shocked them to their core. Right as Sasuke was about to punch Naruto in the face, the usually annoyingly happy blonde had grabbed Sasuke's hand, flipped him over his head, and slammed him on the ground. Naruto then grabbed a kunai from his weapons pouch and held it to Sasuke's throat. He kept it there for a few seconds, then walked away, leaving everyone wondering what the heck just happened. The next day, Naruto woke up to the sound of his alarm blaring through his house. He reached over and smashed the snooze button. What time is it, Kurama? It's about 8 a.m. You should get ready to go to the academy for the last time. Oh yeah? I get my team placements today. Yup. Who do you think you'll get on your team? Naruto sat up in his bed. Well, let us see. I'm registered as the dead last in the school. So to even out the team's abilities, they'll probably put Sasuke on my team. Naruto was slightly annoyed with that outcome. He did not like the Uchiha's attitude. Then we need one kunoichi on each team. They're probably gonna reform Ino Shikucho. So that rules out Ino. Hinata has the Byakugan, so they're most likely not gonna put two powerful Dijitsu on the same team. That leaves only Sakura. Or as I like to call her, the fangirling banshee. Wow. I feel for you, Kit. Thanks to his telepathic connection to the blonde, Naruto's experiences with his classmates were also Kurama's experiences. So he knew how aggravating they could be. Especially the Uchiha and his pink-haired fangirl. Well, that's how it is. I guess I can finally guarantee that the universe hates me with a passion. Maybe they'll be better than you think. Kurama was trying to give him some reassurance, even though he himself doubts the statement. Nevertheless, I had better get ready. Naruto really was excited. He may not be happy with his teammates, but he knew he'd finally get to show everybody his skills. Well, some of his skills. Wouldn't he want to ruin all the surprises, now would he? He took a shower and began to get dressed in black umbu pants with wrappings around his legs to hide his weights. A/N Naruto's weights have increased to 50 pounds on his arms and 70 his legs. Naruto's training regimen has also increased to 200 laps around the training ground, 150 one-handed push-ups for each arm, and 300 sit-ups. He does this before he starts training, and at night before he goes to bed. He wears black shinobi sandals, a sleeveless fishnet shirt, a black zip-up jacket with a crimson-red Uzumaki crest on the back, his kunai holster on his outer right leg just above the bandages, and his shuriken pouch on his hip. Along with a couple sealing scrolls filled with extra weapons, such as blast tags, smoke bombs, and some lightning tags that he created himself. Over the 6 years of training, Naruto's Fuinjutsu skills have increased to apprentice level, meaning he can now create his own seals in a matter of seconds. His taijutsu has increased to near Jonin level, making his speed with the weights almost as fast as most umbu. His chakra control has only reached high Chunin level, due to the massive amounts of chakra that he has. If he had less, it'd probably be about Sannin level. He can now fight on top of water for an hour at a time, and a tree about 3 hours at a time. His ninjutsu skills have increased to about high Jonin level, meaning he can do hand seals much faster, almost completely undetected by the Sharingan. The jutsu he has in his arsenal are the Hiraishin from his father. Because of his Fuinjutsu being so high, he has made a new formula. Now he is even faster than Minato was. He also possesses the chakra chains from his mother. He can now form the chains, but has some trouble maintaining them for more than a couple minutes at a time. And finally he has Futon de Tapa, Wind Release Great Breakthrough. His genjutsu skills have increased to low Chunin, allowing him to sense, enact and break EC level genjutsu. After Naruto got dressed, he had a nice breakfast of eggs, hash browns, and waffles, along with a glass of milk. Then he headed out the door to the academy, ignoring the hateful glares and words that were thrown his way. No matter what they said, he just smiled at them and walked away. Time skip academy. Naruto walked into the class, a smile still on his face due to his excitement of finally becoming a ninja. Everyone else was still thinking about what happened yesterday. They shrugged it off, figuring it was just luck. This was due to the idiotic look present on his face as he walked in. Yeah, they still thought he was weak. They're in for a huge surprise. Iruka walked in, expecting to have to calm the class down. But instead he was surprised at how quiet it was. He decided to just go with it. Let's work for him this way. Now before we start, Iruka began to speak, addressing his former students. Due to unforeseen consequences, Mizuki will not be joining us today. He noticed the confusion on everyone's face. He was not allowed to divulge any more info than what he had already told them. So he thought it best to change the subject, and continue class as usual. Now graduates. I'm proud to tell you that your lives as shinobi are about to begin. Right now, you're at the lowest level of ninja, genin. I'm fully confident you'll all be wonderful shinobi. To begin, you will all be sorted into 3-man cells, with the Jonin sensei as your team leader. Listen closely for your name. The Chunin began listing team numbers and the names of the students who belonged to that specific team, as well as who their instructor would be. Naruto tuned him out, until he heard his name spoken. Team 7 will be Naruto Uzumaki. Said Blonde, lifted his head, and started to pay attention once more. Sasuke Uchiha, and Sakura Haruno. Yes. See, I'm on the team with Sasuke. In your face, Ino. The Pinkette yelled to a female student, now known as Ino, who was seated behind her. Don't get in my way, dope. Sasuke jeered in a smug tone to his new teammate, trying to get the blonde to lash out like the moron Sasuke thought he was. But to everyone's utter surprise, Naruto didn't retaliate by calling Sasuke a team. The boy in question completely ignored the Uchiha's obvious baiting. This did not go over well for the brooding boy. Sure, Sasuke himself may ignore people, but he absolutely hated it when people did the same to him. His mindset was that he should be treated like royalty, and anyone he spoke to should be honored that they were even worth his time. Hey! I'm talking to you, idiot. Naruto still didn't rise to the challenge. I'm sorry, did you say something? He turned towards the Uchiha, blinking owlishly. As of now, the entire class, even Iruka, had their mouths hanging open. They for sure thought he was gonna do something in his usual, loud-mouthed, idiotic way. With Hiruzen and the Jonin senseis, the Jonin were watching the class through the crystal ball, and they too were bewildered by Naruto's lack of immaturity. Like everyone else, they were led to believe that Naruto was loud and obnoxious. Yet what they were seeing was the complete opposite. Everyone in the room sweat dropped at Naruto's Kakashi-like reaction towards Sasuke, that he himself would use on Guy. Great, another one. Let us hope he doesn't adopt Kakashi's tardiness as well, they all thought. I thought he was supposed to be a loudmouth brat, one of the Jonin, who was smoking a cigarette, remarked. Yeah, me too, said another one of the instructors. It was a woman with midnight black hair and dark red eyes. Instead, he is actually quite mature. It would appear Naruto has fooled us all, the Hokage says, pretending to have been deceived like everybody else. If he is not actually loud and obnoxious, it makes you wonder what else he has been hiding, another one of the Jonin spoke up. His tone came across as uncaring. But he was actually quite intrigued. Yeah, totally, everyone announced, in agreement with the man. For all we know, he could be hiding his true strength. Kakashi figured he shouldn't underestimate him. His genin team might not be so boring after all, the lazy-sounding teacher added as an afterthought. Why do you think he did it though? Asked the same dark-haired female instructor. Who knows? Maybe we will find out soon. For now, it shall remain a mystery, the old Hokage conceded. Even though he knew of Naruto's act, he still did not know everything about how strong the boy actually was. Wait! The lazy Jonin yelled, getting everybody's attention. Isn't he supposed to be wearing a neon kill-me orange jumpsuit that would make him easily noticed in the field? Instead, he looks like a real shinobi. Usually, the man could keep his emotions in check. But with all this new info about Naruto that pretty much disregards everything they knew about him before today, he was unable to keep up his emotionless stupor. Even though we're surprised at Naruto's behavior, you've got to admit, the look on Sasuke's face is priceless, he says, not even trying to suppress his laughter. Everyone else just silently agreed. Back in the classroom, Iruka had finally gotten over his shock, and continued reading off the squad assignments. Teammate will be Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka, and Shino Aburame. I can't believe Sakura-s on Sasuke's team, Ino grumbled, a dejected look on her face. What do you even see in a guy like that? He is not that special, a boy with a pineapple haircut, said in his usual lazy tone. You are so beyond clueless, Shikamaru. Don't you get it? Ino said, replying to the boy's question with another one. Shikamaru sighed. No, I don't get it. 'Cause I'm not a girl. You are so full of yourself. Jealousy is a terrible thing. I'd hate to be on your squad, the platinum blonde declares with a smug look on her face. Team 10 will be Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, the Chunin continues reading. Ha! Did you say something about hating to be on my squad? Shikamaru said with a huge smirk on his face. Iruka chose to ignore that response. And Choji Akimichi, not the food guy too, Ino groans, causing a chubby kid who was eating chips to turn and glare at her. Those are all the squads. Come back here after lunch, and wait for your Jonin senseis to come and pick you up. Irika turned and left the room, followed by other students who were heading off to eat with their friends. Sasuke walked out of the room with his hands in his pockets, and Sakura followed, so they could get to know each other better. Especially now that they were teammates. She completely forgot about Naruto. The blonde, on the other hand, was waiting till everyone had left the room. When he saw that the coast was clear, he jumped out the window and walked up the wall to the top of the academy building. Now he could eat his lunch in peace and quiet. With Sasuke, he didn't notice Sakura following him. The Raven was too busy thinking about how much Naruto has changed. He was totally expecting him to retaliate when he harassed him. But lo and behold, Naruto flat out ignored him. Then there was also that fight they had yesterday. The blonde completely defeated him in one move. Sasuke was angry. As an Uchiha, he was supposed to be the best. He was also confused, because wasn't Naruto supposed to be the dead last? So how had he just defeated him so easily? The boy couldn't understand, and decided to chalk it up to Naruto being lucky and catching him off guard. After all, no one could defeat him, right? Sasuke was brought out of his thoughts when he realized Sakura was talking to him. Hey Sasuke. Do you want to have lunch together? The young girl asked, a small blush on her face. No, he replied, absolute contempt in his voice. But I thought that, since we are a team now, we should get to know each other better, Sakura reasoned, full of hope that really shouldn't he have been there in the first place. The object of her affection never paid any attention to her whatsoever. Nevertheless, she continued to adore him. Why would I want to get to know you better? You're useless, and not worth my time. Why don't you go ask Naruto? He is your teammate as well? Sasuke was already starting to lose his patience with her. Naruto is the one who is useless. He is just a loudmouthed idiot, who pranks everyone all the time, the pinkette retorted. That is because he has no family to tell him not to. He is lucky. If I did that, my parents would scold me. Alone, isolated. It's not about being scolded by your parents. You have no idea what it means to be alone. Man. He thought he hated her before. Sakura knit her eyebrows in confusion. Why are you saying that? Because you're annoying, he answered, leveling her with a glare. A hurt expression crossed Sakura's face before she decided to walk away and leave Sasuke alone for now. Time skip after lunch, Naruto's POV. Every other team's senseis have come and taken their genin, leaving only Team 7. Sakura was clearly annoyed with the present situation. Why is our sensei the only one who is late? She screamed her head off, annoying both her fellow teammates in the process. Will you shut up? Sasuke demanded, glaring at her once again. I'm sorry, Sasuke. Sakura quieted down after that. If they're this late, our sensei is probably Kakashi Hatake. He is infamous for being 3 hours late to almost everything, Naruto said calmly. A grin on his face due to his teammate's reactions. What? They both shouted. Don't worry, Naruto said. I will punish him for being late. Naruto picks up one of the chalk erasers and ties some ninja wire around it. He then ties the wire around a pot holder right above the door and sets it in between the door and the frame. Then he ties even more ninja wire around the doorknob, the other end held firmly in his hand. This will allow him to slam the door in the man's face. After 10 minutes, Kakashi finally shows up. Kakashi's POV. Now that it's been at least 3 hours, Kakashi figured he should go and get his team. Once the silver-haired Jonin got there, he noticed that Naruto was trying to pull a prank on him. So that part wasn't an act, he confirmed. The lazy man chose to fall for it on purpose. He figures what's the worst the kid could do, right? Naruto's POV. The blonde knows that Kakashi's is going to fall for his stunt on purpose. That's why he made it better. Guys, he said, grabbing the attention of his teammates. I'm positive Kakashi is going to fall for my prank purposefully. Which is why I made it more complex. Watch, it's gonna be hilarious. Once Kakashi stuck his head in the doorway, the eraser fell on his head. He jumped backwards, causing the eraser to swing forward and come back, just as he was walking into the room. The object hit him in the eye. Naruto proceeded to yank on the end of the wire that he had in his hand, slamming the door in Kakashi's face, giving him a bloody nose. Naruto couldn't hold in his laughter and started chortling like a maniac, probably scaring his teammates in the process. Third-person POV. Kakashi opened the door once more. He came in and glared at Naruto. Naruto stared at him in response, a serious and evil look in his eyes. That's what you get for being late, Kakashi Hatake. Do it again, and it'll only get worse, Naruto said in a creepy sing-song voice. Kakashi got the hint and vowed never to be late again. He did not want to think about what else Naruto would do to him. But one thing confused him. How did Naruto know who he was? I won tea, he promises, fear evident in his voice. He tried to hide it, but Naruto could still sense it. Meet me on the roof, the man instructs, before shining away. Sakura and Sasuke started walking out of the classroom and toward the stairs. Naruto, on the other hand, jumps out the window and runs up the wall, just like he did during lunchtime. When Naruto reaches the top, he jumps over the railing and lands in front of Kakashi, scaring the crap out of the Jonin Cyclops. After a couple minutes, Sakura and Sasuke come up the stairs, onto the roof. They were shocked to see Naruto already there. He didn't even pass us, they both thought. Hey Dobe! How do you get here so fast? Naruto turns around. I just walked up the side of the wall, he answers like it was nothing, while gesturing to the edge of the roof with his thumb. Sasuke and Sakura were completely surprised by Naruto's show of skill. The blonde noticed the look they were giving him. What? I don't know the Shunshin technique that Kakashi used. So I had to improvise, he explains, once again like it was nothing. Kakashi was shocked as well. He didn't think Naruto had any chakra control whatsoever to be able to do something like that. He added that one to the growing list of surprises. Alright, now that we're all here, we can introduce ourselves. Sakura turned her head to Kakashi, a quizzical look on her face. How do we do that? Seriously, did this girl just ask him that question? You know, tell us your likes and dislikes, hobbies, dreams for the future, stuff like that, Kakashi explained. It is common courtesy to introduce yourself first, Naruto says, turning to the lazy Jonin, a small grin on his face. Me. I'm Kakashi Hatake. I like things and I dislike things, he says. Dreams for the future. I haven't really thought about it, and I have lots of hobbies, Kakashi finished with an eye smile. Are you kidding? That was totally useless. All he told us was his name, Sakura says, looking towards her peers. No shit, Sherlock, Naruto remarks. Annoyance in his tone. Sasuke silently agreed. Sakura glares at him. Now you blondie? Kakashi pointed at Naruto. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen, my friends, and flowers. I dislike fangirling banshees, arrogant snobs who think they deserve respect, just because of their family name, and perverted people who are always late. Naruto makes sure to look everyone straight in the eye, as he mentions the parts that apply to that specific person. My hobbies include training and talking to my friends. Dreams for the future are to have people finally acknowledge my existence, in a positive way. Then once I've done that, my dream is to become Hokage, and change the village for the better, he finished his introduction, complete seriousness. Everyone there was truly amazed at how much thought Naruto put into what he said. Kakashi came out of his daze a few seconds later. He mentioned something about all of us in his list of dislikes. Geez, this kid is not at all what he expected. Pinky, he says, gesturing to Sakura, your turn. Sakura glared at the Jonin this time. She hated that nickname. I'm Sakura Haruno. I mean the person I like is, she glances at Sasuke. My hobbies are, she looks at Sasuke again. My dreams, she stares at the boy one last time, squeals, blushes, and hides her face with her hands. Figures. Girls her age are more interested in boys than ninja training. And what do you hate? Kakashi asks, already knowing the answer. Naruto. Sakura growls, once again, glaring at him. Kakashi looks to see how Naruto reacts. She was his crush after all. To his further surprise, Naruto made no indication of even caring about what she said. Guess that was also part of the act. That's another one on the list, he supposed. Now you, the brooding one. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I dislike a lot of things and don't particularly like anything. What I have is not a dream, Sasuke begins. His voice takes on a darker tone. Because I will make it a reality. I'm going to restore my clan, and destroy a certain someone. Kakashi and Naruto both figured that was the case. Sakura was thinking about how cool and hot Sasuke was. That was certainly interesting, Kakashi mused. Well, you're each unique, and have your own ideas. We'll have our first mission tomorrow. Sakura was surprised. They were already going to be doing a mission. What kind of mission is it, sensei? It's one all four of us will do together. Kakashi settled on being as vague as possible. What is it? Now Naruto was intrigued. A survival exercise, he responded. Once again, being extremely cryptic. What? I thought we were supposed to do a real mission. Not more practice. We already did that stuff at the academy. That's how we got here. Was this guy for real? Who does he think they are? A bunch of kids. This is not like your previous training, Kakashi replied, giving the group a tiny bit of info to go on. Sakura took on a somewhat smug/snotty countenance. So, what kind of training is it then? Kakashi chuckled darkly. This irritated Sakura greatly. Hey! That's a normal question. What's so funny? The man smiled under his mask. Well, if I tell you the answer, you're not going to like it. Sakura was even more confused. Huh, the Jonin elaborated. Of the 27 graduates that just came here, only 9 will actually be accepted as genin. The other 18 will be weeded out and sent back to the academy. In other words, this is a make it or break it pass-fail test, and the chance that you'll fail is at least 66%. Immediately, Sasuke turned serious. Sakura started freaking out. Naruto, well, Naruto looked impassive. Like what Kakashi had just said, did not shock or worry him one bit. Maybe he already knows the point of the test, Kakashi wondered. See, didn't I tell you, wouldn't he like it? That's crazy. What was the graduation test for, if we're still not genin? Sakura really did not like the possibility that there was still a chance she could be separated from her Sasuke. Oh, that was just to select the candidates who might become genin or not, Kakashi explained, an apathetic tone to his voice. What? This is ridiculous. There is no way that Sakura will allow Sasuke and her to be split apart. That is how it is. I decide whether you pass or fail. Be at the designated training spot at 5 a.m., and bring your ninja gear. Kakashi scanned the group, gauging their reactions. If Sakura fails, she'll be separated from Sasuke. This is a trial of love, she mused. Sasuke had to pass if he wanted to get stronger. The Raven glanced towards his group mates. Sakura and Naruto better not hold him back. He is not really worried about Naruto. But Sakura is pathetic. This is gonna be easy, right, Kurama? Naruto spoke to the beast telepathically. Yeah, probably. That's it. You're dismissed. Oh, tomorrow you better skip breakfast, or else you'll puke, Kakashi added. One last nail in the coffin. He wanted to try one last time, to see if he might possibly get a rise from Naruto. Naruto stood up. Well, I'm not skipping breakfast, or else I won't have enough energy for the mission. After all, it is the most important meal of the day. He was hoping his team would get the hint. Was he trying to get them to eat, because he knows what is coming, or is he just plain rebellious? Either way, it doesn't look like they're catching on. Kakashi was starting to wonder about the competence of his two other students. Sakura also stood up, and chose to scold the blonde by yelling at him. Naruto, don't be stupid. The sensei just told us not to eat, you idiot. Naruto spoke even louder this time. Does it look like I care? I need my energy if we're going to be doing a mission. Yup. He is definitely trying to get them to eat, Kakashi realized. He knows what is going on. But how does he know? Naruto's explanation started to turn the wheels in Sasuke's head. Is he trying to tell them something? Maybe he should eat. Then again, Kakashi did tell them not to. But the way Naruto stressed the words, need, energy, and mission. The next morning, Naruto woke up at around 4 a.m., showered, got dressed in his black umbu pants with wrappings around the ankles almost all the way up to his knees, black shinobi sandals, sleeveless fishnet shirt with a dark orange collar, a black zip-up jacket with a dark red Uzumaki crest. The jacket had 4 pockets. 2 of them were on the inside of the jacket, close to the sleeves on both sides. The other 2 were in the same spot, but they were on the outside. A deep crimson-red Uzumaki crest was adorned on the back. He has wrappings on his arms. His weapons pouch was located on his right hip and kunai holster on his lower outer right leg, right above where the wrappings end. He has storage scrolls in his pockets, containing his smoke bombs, blast tags, and lightning tags. Finished off with dark orange fingerless gloves, that each have a seal right on the metal plates. These seals contain extra shuriken on the right and extra kunai on the left. He was ready for anything. He ate breakfast, performed his workout routine, and headed to the training ground. He really hoped his team took the hint about eating breakfast. He ate breakfast, did his workout routine, and headed to the training ground. He really hoped his team took the hint about eating breakfast. Training ground. Once he got to the training ground, it was about 4:45 a.m. 10 minutes later Sakura and Sasuke showed up. Sakura was exhausted. Sasuke looked as if he woke up this early every day. 3 minutes went by. Naruto started planning ways to punish Kakashi if he was late. He could zap him with his lightning tags, take his book and throw it in the water. He must have looked creepy. Because after he thought of that option, Sakura and Sasuke inch away from him. Sorry guys, the blonde looked sheepish. I was just thinking of ways to punish Kakashi-sensei. You know, if he was late again. Oh, okay, Sakura said, only slightly more at ease. She was concerned with the sanity of her blonde teammate. Sasuke responded. He honestly did not care. Well, nice to see you too, Sasuke. Right when Naruto was about to start his plan against Kakashi, the man showed up, exactly at 5. Good. Looks like he learned his lesson last time. Good thing you're on time. I'd sure hate to have to punish you again, Naruto said in the sweetest voice he could muster. Everyone just took a step back from him once again. Even the Jonin. Yeah, right. He'd love to punish Kakashi again, they all thought. Morning, everyone. Ready for your first day? Kakashi gave them all a nice smile. Sakura could barely function right now. Well, let us get started. Kakashi set down a clock and pressed the top down to start it. Here we go. It's set for noon. Sakura was more awake after that. Your assignment is very simple, Kakashi began. You just have to take these bells from me. He motioned to the bells dangling from his hip. That's all there is to it. If you can't get them by noon, you go without lunch. You'll be tied to those posts, and you'll watch while I eat my lunch right in front of you. Sasuke was furious with himself. So that's why, dang it. He should have taken the Dobe's hint. Naruto was right. Sakura couldn't decide what was more astounding. That their teacher would pull such a dirty trick on them, or that the blonde was right about something for once. Kakashi realized they didn't take Naruto's hint to have breakfast. But still, how did Naruto know? Something didn't make sense to Sakura. Wait a minute. There's 3 of us. How come there's only 2 bells? Kakashi smirked. Heh. Well, that way, at least one of you will end up tied to a post and ultimately disqualified for failing to complete the mission. That one goes back to the academy. Then again, all 3 of you could flunk out too, he reminded. You can use any weapons, including, but not limited to, shuriken. If you're not prepared to kill one to be able to take the bells, he said, giving the group his famous eye smile. Once more, only Sasuke or Sakura had any reaction to what Kakashi said. Man, does nothing worry this kid? Kakashi wondered. Then again, it could be because he knows what the test is about. Well, only time will tell. Those weapons are too dangerous, sensei, Sakura reminds. Sakura. He is a jonin. He'd probably be able to dodge everything we threw at him. There's a slim chance we'll even be able to touch him, Naruto reminded, trying to reason with her. When I say start, you can beg. Kakashi was cut off. Naruto whipped out a kunai, spun it around his fingers, gave it a firm grip, and ran straight for the older male. Before Naruto knew it, the silver-haired jonin was behind him, holding the same kunai to the back of his head. Sakura was amazed. Kakashi's movements were so fast. She couldn't even see him move. So this is a jonin. Sasuke was suddenly pumped to fight the instructor. Kakashi sighed. Don't be in such a hurry. I didn't say start yet, Naruto smirked, while Kakashi couldn't finish phrasing the question. Because the Naruto he was holding burst into smoke. Shadow clone, when did he create it? That's funny. I wasn't aware the enemy waited for a start, Naruto said, coming right up beside Sasuke. How did he dash? Sasuke wondered. That was a clone. But it was solid. How is that possible? Just how strong are the dough? That was a solid clone. Sakura didn't even know that was possible either. Kakashi relented. I was told you can do the SCJ. But I didn't even see you do the hand sign. Naruto smirked once more. That's because you weren't using your Sharingan. Kakashi of the Sharingan, aka Copycat Kakashi, master of 1,000 jutsu. Kakashi was truly astounded. What? How did you know about that? I have my ways, Naruto replied, absent-mindedly. This kid continues to surprise and impress him. He'll have to stay on his toes while he fights him. Kakashi vowed never to underestimate Naruto too much. He was still a genin after all. So the boy couldn't be too strong, and yes. You won't be able to read your book while we fight, Naruto spoke up, stunning the Cyclops even more. Howdy. The look on your face says it all, sensei, Naruto interrupts, with his signature grin. It gives more of a fox-like quality to the boy's appearance. Kakashi figured they should get a move on. Well, Naruto is right. Your enemy won't wait for a start. So start. He threw down a smoke bomb, and faded from their view. All the genin present jumped away in separate directions. Third-person SPOV. Once Kakashi yelled start, both Sakura and Sasuke jumped away and hid. Sasuke in a tree and Sakura under a bush. Ninja must know how to conceal their movements and hide effectively, Kakashi said to no one in particular. Well, they understand that much. They've hidden well. Wait, what's Naruto still standing here for? Jonin wondered. Naruto. I said start? What are you still doing here? Naruto smirked. I know what this test is really about. Oh, and what's that? Kakashi wasn't surprised. He figured that was the case. Naruto was silent for a moment. It's about teamwork, isn't it? Yes, you're right, Kakashi conceded. For curiosity's sake. Would you mind telling me how you figured it out? A few things. 1, Naruto says, holding up his pointer finger. Squads are always carried out with 3 genin students, and 1 jonin sensei. So why would one of us go back, while the others continue? It wouldn't be a full team. 2, he raises another finger. You said, and I quote, of the 27 graduates who just got here, only 9 will be chosen to actually become genin. If that is true, then that means 3 of the teams will pass the test, with all 3 genins on each of said passing teams passing as well. So once again, 1 going back didn't make sense. 3, the blonde raises 1 more finger. There are 2 bells. This is meant to pit us against each other, ultimately sending 1 back to the academy for failing the mission. And as I said before, that doesn't make sense considering the fact that a squad has 3 genin and 1 jonin. Not 2 or 1 genin and 1 jonin. And 4, he raises up 1 last finger. You're a jonin and we're just genin. Alone we don't have any chance at getting a bell. But if we work together then we might have a chance. Even though he thought he might actually be able to get them himself. Wow! He actually figured it out. Will his team work with him, however? Well, Naruto, you're a lot smarter than I gave you credit for. Kakashi paused for a moment. Even though you know what the test is about. Why don't you try to get a bell? Alright. He might as well. It's not like there was anything else for him to do, with Sasuke. Sasuke jumped into the tree to hide. He noticed that Naruto and Kakashi were only talking. But he wasn't close enough to hear what they were saying. Naruto came up behind him. How? He didn't even sense the blonde approaching. Hey Sasuke, Naruto said. I think we should work together to get the bells. We'll have a better chance if we help each other. Sasuke understood the blonde's reasoning. His pride got in the way though. I don't need your help, though. I can do this on my own. Naruto expected that answer. He knew pestering wasn't going to change anything. Alright. I'll just go ask Sakura. He poofed away. Was that a shadow clone? Sasuke asked out loud to himself. With Sakura. Sakura was watching from under a bush. Naruto and Kakashi-sensei appeared to be having a conversation. It didn't even look like they were gonna fight. Hey Sakura? Naruto came out of nowhere. Ah. Don't scare me like that, idiot. Sorry, the blonde apologized. But I think we should work together to get the bells. I tried to ask Sasuke, but he just refused. Why would I work with you? The pinkette questioned, angrily. Seriously, you're an idiot. You wouldn't be able to do anything useful, because we're a team, he reasoned. And we have a better chance at getting the bells if we help each other. So are you in? He decided to give her another opportunity, and asked just once more. No. Geez Naruto, you're so annoying. Naruto burst into smoke. Was that a shadow clone? Sakura questioned. Back to Naruto and Kakashi. Naruto got the memories from his clones. Just like he thought they would, both of them rejected his proposal. Kakashi-sensei? I tried to ask Sasuke and Sakura to team up with me using my clones, and just like I predicted. They said no. Now how am I supposed to pass? I don't know, Kakashi replied. He also figured that would be the outcome. He wasn't exactly sure how to deal with it. I figured Sasuke wasn't going to, because he doesn't think he needs help from anybody, in anything. Then Sakura wasn't gonna team up with me, unless I convinced Sasuke. Well, at least I tried. The blonde figured they were a hindrance to his shinobi career. Are you ready for our fight? Kakashi pulled out of his thoughts. Sure. Shinobi Battle Techniques Part 1 Taijutsu. Naruto began by running at Kakashi and throwing a weak punch to his face, allowing the instructor to block. Then the blonde tried a kick to the man's stomach, in which case Kakashi grabbed his foot. Naruto then turned to aim another kick to his head and Kakashi grabbed his other foot. With his hand near the bells, Naruto quickly grabbed and replaced them with rocks that he hinged, transformed, to look like the bells. When Kakashi realized what he was doing, he pushed the boy away. Little did he know, he was already too late. This kid is good, Kakashi realized. He actually touched them? Well, Naruto, you're better than I thought. Still, you haven't got the bells. Naruto took out one of his sealing scrolls and unsealed his father's Hiraishin kunai. He threw it at Kakashi, to which the Jonin dodged, not yet realizing what it was. In an orange flash, Naruto disappeared and reappeared half a second later and kicked Kakashi in the back, sending him flying, using a jutsu Kakashi knew all too well. Naruto made sure to mark him with his formula, as his foot connected. Kakashi leaned forward, to where his hands could touch the ground. This allowed him to descend into a roll. Then the man turned himself around, and ran back towards the blonde, even more surprised than before. How does he know that technique? Kakashi wondered, amazed with the expanding prowess the young Uzumaki was demonstrating. Also, it looks like he is faster than his father. Hey Naruto? Where did you learn that jutsu? Naruto knew Kakashi would ask this. Old man third gave it to me when I was 6, after I found out about my parents. How do you find out? Kurama told me, Naruto answers plainly. Who's Kurama? Kakashi asked, having never heard the name before now. The nine-tailed fox, Naruto supplies casually, without any hesitation. Kakashi was beyond confused. How does Naruto know about that? How do you find out about that? Naruto hesitated. I'd rather not say. Why? What does he not want him to know? How come? Because I don't want you to feel bad for me, or pity me. Naruto was getting a little aggravated with all the questioning at this point. If he wanted people to know, he would tell them. They needed to stop pestering him all the time. It was probably from the beatings he got from the villagers, the Jonin figured. Probably a bit of a touchy subject for him. So he'll leave it alone. For now anyway. After that little confrontation, Kakashi knew how great Naruto was on offense. Now how about defense? He came at Naruto with half his speed and strength, and tried to punch him in the head, to which he blocked with his right arm. Next the silver-haired sensei tried to kick him in the head this time. The move caused Naruto to have to duck. Then Kakashi tried to leg swoop him, in an effort to throw the boy off balance. Naruto jumped up, completely avoiding the attack. While in the air, Kakashi threw another kick to his side, propelling Naruto into a tree. Kakashi didn't think the blonde would do that well. Granted, the man was only using half his speed and strength. Still, it was quite the impressive feat. Kakashi? Naruto questioned, in a scolding manner. Don't you know it's not good to let your enemy get behind you? What? After Kakashi got over the shock, he kicked the blonde into the tree. Wait. Kakashi looked and saw the Naruto that he kicked, vanished in a puff of smoke. It was another shadow clone. Okay. I know you said I wouldn't be able to see the hand sign, unless I was using my Sharingan. But when did you find the time to make a clone? Naruto grinned. Simple. You've been fighting one the entire time. Was Naruto serious right now? Naruto laughed. Right before we fought, I used the Kawarini, replacement jutsu, to switch with one of my pre-made clones. Well, that explains it, but what is he doing? Wait. That's the hand sign for a wind jutsu. He shouldn't even have started his elemental training. Not till he has a Chunin at least. Futon de Tapa. Wind release. Great breakthrough, Naruto announced, generating loads of wind chakra. A huge gust of wind started coming from all around Naruto, blasting Kakashi back 20 feet. Then he vanished, and kicked Kakashi in the back once again, sending the man back where he came from. Naruto threw the Hiraishin kunai, and appeared above Kakashi's body. The boy slammed the Jonin into the ground with his foot, creating a Kakashi-sized crater. Kakashi climbed out of the hole, bruised and dirted. Just what level are you at, Naruto? There's no way he is just a simple genin. Someone else had to have trained him in order to get this strong. Without any response, Naruto shot out the chakra chains, binding Kakashi around the legs and arms, restricting his movement completely. You know the chakra chains as well? Kakashi paled at the newfound information. Naruto smiled. Yeah, but I'm having trouble maintaining them for longer periods of time, he says before he unbound Kakashi. This action confused the Jonin. Why didn't Naruto take a bell, while he was unable to move? Naruto sighed. Kakashi-sensei. I think I've shown you enough of my skill. So go test Sasuke and Sakura now. Fair enough. Alright, I will. Let us hope they're not as strong as Naruto or Kakashi was going to die. With Sasuke. Sasuke was watching Naruto and Kakashi fight, and he is surprised, angry and amazed all at the same time. Naruto is just beating on Kakashi like a punching bag. Where was he hiding all this power and skill? He is the rookie of the year here, and the dope did better than he could, though he will never admit that aloud. Wait. They stopped. Now is his chance. Kakashi's guard is down. Sasuke took out 3 shuriken in each hand and hurled them at Kakashi. Right as they hit the man, he was about to jump out and take the bells, but then he saw a log in Kakashi's place. He used a substitution jutsu. Now he knows where he is. Kakashi never let his guard down. It was a trick and he fell for it. The Uchiha ran to another location. Kakashi was behind a bush. So that's where he is, with Sakura. Sasuke, where did you go? Sakura didn't want to think that Kakashi-sensei found him. No, he can't capture her, Sasuke. She won't let him. She is walking through the trees when she notices Kakashi standing on the path, and ducks behind a bush. Kakashi made no indication that he knew she was there. Phew. He didn't hear her. She was safe. Sakura, behind you, Kakashi announced, crouching behind her. Sakura looks to her right, and there's Kakashi staring right at her. Numerous amounts of leaves start flying around, leaving Sakura in a dazed state. Oh my. Sakura starts freaking out. Someone there. I think I felt something. What was it? What is going on? Sakura, says a disembodied voice, struggling to even speak. Sasuke. She turns, and stops when she sees him. Sakura, help me. Please help me, he begged, holding out his arm to her, while he was balancing himself on a tree. Sakura whimpers. She screams at the sight of Sasuke, with several kunai stabbed into his body. Then she passes out. Kakashi sighed. I think I overdid it a bit. But she's gotta learn to see through these things. Sasuke turned when he heard the scream. Sounded like Sakura? Shinobi Battle Skills Part 2, Genjutsu, the Illusion Jutsu. Sakura studied it in class, but she still couldn't see it coming, Kakashi remarks, very disappointed at her lack of skill. Sasuke grunted. Genjutsu. It's just simple mind control. I'm not surprised he caught Sakura with it. But I'm not like Sakura and Naruto. Kakashi got up from where he was leaning against a tree, behind the Uchiha. Say that, after you get one of these bells. My Sasuke. Hehehe. Kakashi walks towards Sasuke and they have an intense stare down. Sasuke quickly throws more shuriken right at Kakashi, causing him to jump to the side. The boy then throws one more shuriken at a rope, setting off a trap, launching some kunai at the man. He jumps out of the way, and they embed themselves into a tree. This time Sasuke surprises him, by appearing right behind him, trying a kick to his head. Kakashi grabs his leg, and then Sasuke rotates his body to punch Kakashi in the face, to which he blocks. Finally Sasuke turns his body so his head is down, while a kick swings toward Kakashi's head, which the man grabs. Once Kakashi realizes what Sasuke is doing, he pushes him away, right as he touches one of the fake bells. This kid is fierce. I wouldn't be able to read my book now, Kakashi thought, surprised as well at Sasuke's show of skill. Yet he is still not as strong as Naruto. He probably knows it too. Just doesn't he want to admit it. With Sakura woke up, and began to freak out from her memory of what happened before she fainted. Sasuke, I saw him. He was on the verge of no. Sasuke, no. You've got to survive, please. Where are you? Back with Kakashi and Sasuke. Well, you are different from the others, I'll grant you that. Sasuke started doing hand signs for a fire jutsu. What? Genin can't do fire jutsu. It takes too much chakra. There's no way. Katan Gakaki no Jutsu. Fire style. Fireball Jutsu. Sasuke blew a medium-sized fireball from his mouth. He thought it hit Kakashi. He was mistaken, however, when the smoke cleared and there was nothing there. Where did he go? Behind me, above? The boy was looking in all directions, except one. Where? Came Kakashi's apathetic voice. I'm where you least expect me. Kakashi's hand comes out of the ground and grabs Sasuke's ankle, pulling him under. All that could be heard was Sasuke screaming. Right under your feet. Kakashi bends his knees, crouching down in front of Sasuke. Earth-style headhunter jutsu. Can't move, huh? That was ninjutsu, the third shinobi battle skill. You have talent, and you were right. You are different from the others. But different isn't always better. They say the nail that sticks up is the one that gets hammered down. Kakashi starts walking away. Oh great. He is stronger than Sasuke is. He can't get around that. Huh. The boy hears rustling coming from the bushes to his right. Just then, Sakura comes running out and glances at Sasuke. Her eyes go wide at what she sees. HM? Huh. Sasuke looks at her, from the hole he was stuck in. Sakura? Ah. Sasuke is just a head without a body, and he is talking. Ugh. She passes out for a second time, and that's my partner, Sasuke deadpants. Time skip. When Sakura woke up again, she was overjoyed to see Sasuke perfectly fine. Sasuke. Huh. You're okay. Sasuke tries shoving her off of him. Hey, cut it out. Let go. Let go. Once she releases him, he stands up and starts walking away. I've got to get a bell before lunch. That doesn't leave much time. Sasuke, you're still trying to get one of those bells? A while ago I touched one. Next time. I'll get one, Sasuke replies, turning back around. Huh. That is really great. I can't believe you did that. You're amazing, Sakura says with the fakest happy tone ever. She couldn't believe it. He touched one of the bells. She'll never get her hands on one of those things. Which means Sasuke will pass and she won and they'll be separated forever. No. It's almost lunch. There's not really enough time left. So maybe we should just give up, and then try again next year, she said, trying to discourage him from trying anymore. When she said that, Sasuke turned and glared at her, a memory of his brother popping into his head. I'm the only one who can destroy that person. Sakura had a quizzical look on her face. What? Who? You mean the sensei? That day, I was crying, he continued. When were you crying? It was he couldn't finish his sentence. Sakura was worried for him. What? What happened to you? I am an avenger. That means I must be stronger than my prey. I need this training. There's no time for setbacks. Just then, the memory of what Sasuke said on the roof came back to her. The alarm sounded, signaling the end of the test. Ugh. I've wasted too much time. He growled. Sasuke. There was a tone of worry in her voice, and a look of sadness on her face. In front of post, Kakashi was standing in front of the three kids. Well, looks like none of you were able to get a bell? Naruto looked at him confused. What are you talking about, sensei? I have the bells right here, he says, holding up the two bells. Kakashi gaped. What? But how? When? He looked down, and what he thought were the bells. Instantly, they turned back into rocks, and fell to the ground. I took them the first time we spared, Naruto explained. Then I replaced them with those rocks that I tied string to and hinged to look like the bells. That way Sasuke would still think the test is going. I had hoped eventually he'd figure out the meaning of the test, and he'd finally work with me. But that didn't really happen. Naruto was able to get a bell. And what did he mean by figuring out the point of the test? Weren't they just supposed to get a bell, and that was it? Sakura was confused, as per usual. Naruto. So what was the meaning of the test? Naruto stared at her. Aren't you supposed to be the smartest kunoichi in the academy? How could you not figure it out? He reprimands with anger and confusion both evident in his tone. Sakura thought about it for a second, coming up with nothing. I don't know. She doesn't know the answer, but Naruto does. Isn't he supposed to be an idiot? Cha. He is just trying to make Sasuke look inferior, so she'll like him more. Nice try, Naruto, but she is not falling for it. A smug look overtook her face, which to Naruto made her look even less attractive. If that was possible, Naruto relented. If you still don't know the answer, I'll tell you. The point of the test was to use teamwork. Then why would there only be two bells? Naruto, use your head. Even if we did that, one of us would still idiot. Was he really trying to act like he was smarter than her? Kakashi had enough of the girl's attitude. No, Sakura. Naruto is completely right. What? Sakura questioned incredulously. The point of the test was to use teamwork. Naruto had even asked you guys to work with him, and you shot him down. Kakashi leveled the other two genin with a hard stare. Sasuke, because he thinks you guys are beneath him, and you simply, because Sasuke wouldn't help. Both you and Sasuke are thinking like kids, like brats. You're not thinking like a ninja. Naruto, will you please explain the test? Sure thing, sensei. Naruto turned to the girl. Sakura, she turned to him, deciding she may as well listen to his explanation. The reason there are only 2 bells is because he wanted to pit us against each other. He wanted to see if we would put the mission and the team above ourselves. Think about it. 1 genin cannot hope to have a chance against a jonin. But 3 would have a better chance. That was the point of the test. In a mission there may come a time where you need to put your team ahead of the success of a mission. Kakashi elaborated on Naruto's explanation. In the ninja world, people who don't follow the rules are scum. But people who abandon their comrades are worse than scum. See this rock here? He asked, gesturing to a shining silver stone to the left of them. The names of my closest comrades are engraved on it. They died fighting for the village to their last dying breath. While Sasuke and Sakura were busy thinking about what Kakashi and Naruto said, Naruto walked up to Kakashi and put a hand on his shoulder to comfort him. It's okay to cry, Kakashi-sensei. I know how you feel, he said, giving Kakashi a look of understanding. Thank you, Naruto. But I'm not gonna cry. Even though he didn't want to do this. He was not gonna punish Naruto for his selfish and idiotic teammates. At least one of you figured it out and tried to get the others to see it. So I guess you pass. Even though he said this, he was seriously doubting it. He wasn't sure if he should past all 3 of them or just Naruto. Was he allowed to pass 1 student? He didn't know. Oh well, too late now. Team 7 starts its first mission tomorrow, he says, with some enthusiasm in his voice, and doing the nice guy pose. Even though they passed, Sasuke was infuriated. He didn't pass on his own merits. He only passed so it wouldn't be unfair to Naruto. He had 2 things on his mind. 1, when did Naruto get so strong, and 2, how strong is he? He almost defeated Kakashi. He knew Kakashi wasn't using his full strength, but still it was incredible how well he fought. He was right about what he said when he told them he was better than him at the academy. Damn it, Sakura on the other hand was overjoyed. She passed and now gets to stay with her precious Sasuke. Note the sarcasm. A/N my sarcasm, not her S. Naruto was both happy and worried. He was happy because now he was an official ninja, but he wasn't sure if Kakashi should pass them. Given he didn't think Sasuke and Sakura were ready. But there's nothing he could do about it now. It's been a month since the bell test. In that time, Squad 7 has done 30 D rank missions. Naruto's weights have increased to 70 pounds on his arms, and 100 pounds on each leg. This makes his speed with weights almost as fast as Lee without weights. His training regimen has increased to 225 laps around the training ground, 175 one-handed push-ups each arm, and 350 sit-ups. He has the same attire as mentioned in previous chapters. His taijutsu is at high jonin level, meaning he can almost best Kakashi in a fight. Fuinjutsu is at mid-apprentice level, allowing him to combat certain seals such as Orochimaru's curse mark. His chakra control has reached mid-jonin level. He is able to battle on water for 2 hours, or on a tree for 4 hours. His ninjutsu is high jonin. Jutsu include Futon, Daitapa, Futon, Wind Needles, Futon, Explosion Bunshin, Flying Haration, and Chakra Chains. His hand seal speed is at a point where only a Mangekyo Sharingan can read them. Genjutsu is mid-chunin, allowing him to create, detect, and release EB-level genjutsu. Konoha, third-person SPOV. In the village of Konoha, we find Team 7 chasing a mysterious shadow. Crow here. I'm in position, Sasuke says over the intercom. Howler here. I'm also in position, Sakura's voice follows the boy's. Fox. I'm in position, Naruto says after a few seconds. You're slow, Naruto. Kakashi reprimands over the speaker. That's because this mission is boring, the blonde explained in a lazy tone. I agree with Naruto, Sasuke says, shocking the entire team. Wow. That's a first. Naruto replies, not even bothering to hide his shock. Kakashi decided to get back on task. Whatever, is the target in sight? Naruto looked out in front of him. He could see a small shadow sitting behind a bush. Yes. Ready to act on your command. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Kakashi directed over the earphone. All 3 genin jumped at the shadow, intent on capturing it. Naruto was the first to get to it, due to his superior speed. The target started freaking out, until the blonde began stroking its back soothingly, calming it down. While Naruto did this, he placed one of his seals on the target's back. Kakashi always hated this mission, and wanted to get it over with as fast as possible. So he was quite thankful for Naruto's superior speed. Positive ID. Is there a red bow on the left ear? Affirmative, lost cat Tora retrieved. Naruto looked up towards his 2 partners. They looked like they felt a little out of place, having done nothing to help. Thank goodness, the Jonin thought. Good, let us head to the mission room. Hokage Tower, third-person SPOV. Naruto knocked on the door, waiting for a come-in. When he heard one, the boy strolled into the room with his team, and what they saw shocked the Hokage and Irika. In Naruto's arms was Tora, the cat that never took a liking to anybody, asleep peacefully in his arms. Lost cat Tora, mission success, Hokage-sama, Kakashi says, walking in the room behind the blonde. Well, Naruto, I'm impressed, the third Hokage said, his lips turning up into a smile. That cat is never comfortable with anyone. Iruka was curious. Do you have experience with cats, Naruto? Nope, the blonde answered simply. Well then. You must just be a natural, the third decided, choosing not to think too deeply about it. Maybe it has to do with my tenant, Naruto hypothesized. Could be, the old man concurred. Sasuke and Sakura were confused about what Naruto and the third meant by the blonde-s tenant. They put it in the back of their minds, figuring they could ask him later. Naruto handed the cat to the fire daimyo's wife, and it immediately started freaking out. Team 7 was confused, until the women began to smother the cat to death in her rather large breast. The woman gave the money to the Hokage, and left the room. No wonder it ran away, Sasuke commented under his breath. Poor thing. If she was the cat, she would probably run away all the time too. Don't worry. I'll save it, Naruto says, confusing every person in the room. They shrugged it off and continued. The third gave them their pay, and began to read off other D-rank missions. Now we have babysitting, picking potatoes, installing a Fae. The man was cut off from a scream, coming from the hallway outside the door. It was the wife of the fire daimyo. No! Tora, come back, or you can capture Tora again, the third suggested, laughing quietly under his breath. Before anyone could speak up, Naruto disappears and reappears with Tora in his arms. I got her. Iruka's eyes widened to impossible sizes. That was fast. How did you do that? Naruto looked towards his former teacher. The Hiratian seal I put on Tora's back when I caught her. I wasn't aware that you knew that jutsu, Naruto, Iruka said, surprised. He still thought Naruto was the dead last. Naruto stared at him for a couple seconds, blinking every now and then. Yup, I do. Right as he was handing Tora to the women once again, the animal disappeared, leaving everyone speechless. The wife of the fire daimyo was the one to break the silence. Where'd she go? Naruto stared blankly, in an effort to mask the fact that the cat disappearing was his doing. I don't know, he replied. He was lying through his teeth. An action only Kakashi and the third noticed. A/N. He sealed Tora into his mindscape, if anyone was wondering. Well, back to the story. The women left the room. It is not every day that your pet vanishes into thin air. She most likely was never going to see the creature ever again. The third couldn't believe Naruto actually pulled that stunt. At least there wouldn't be any negative repercussions for the boy's actions. Okay, well. Where were we? Oh yes, missions. We have installing a fence, walking the dew, Naruto interrupted. With all due respect, Hokage-sama, I think my team and I are ready for a higher rank mission. Iruka was outraged. That's absurd. You three just became genin. So D ranks are the appropriate missions for you to handle, Naruto sighed. Don't get me wrong. I understand the importance of these missions, like how they teach us life skills. That way we'll be able to spy on our enemies, under the guise of a gardener or a maintenance person. But I sincerely believe my team and I are ready for AC rank. His calm rationale surprised everyone. They're still getting used to the real Naruto. Even though the third knew of Naruto's real personality, he was still impressed with the boy's educated response. Alright, Naruto. He smiled. I'll give you AC rank mission. Iruka couldn't believe what he was hearing. What? Hokage-sama? If I may intrude. They are not RA. The old man interrupted the Chunin. If Naruto wishes to prove his worth to us, I say we let him. Especially now that he is actually being himself. What is that supposed to mean? Iruka wondered. What do you mean, now that he is actually being himself? Naruto, who was watching the conversation between his old teacher and grandfather figure, decided to intervene at this moment. Oh yeah. You don't know. Well, let me clear this up. The me you knew in the academy was an act. It was pretty much the polar opposite of me. Iruka gaped, barely able to mutter a coherent thought. That can't be true. It's true. Both Sasuke and Kakashi exclaimed, confirming Naruto's statement. Sakura was still unsure. She was sure the blonde's facade would diminish, if enough time went by. Then he would go back to his same idiotic self. Iruka was flabbergasted with this new info. What? He couldn't believe the boy he had known in the academy was a fake. It had to be a lie. No way would the blonde be able to be that deceptive at such a young age. Kakashi decided to prove it to the Chunin. Iruka had to believe it, if the words came from him. Naruto is actually the only reason his team passed the bell test. He got the point right away, and tried to act on it. But Kakashi gave a subtle glare towards the Raven and the Pinkette. Sasuke and Sakura refused to team up with him. He also got the bells. They passed, because I didn't think it would be fair for Naruto to only have failed, because of his teammates. Kakashi explained, hoping that assured the scarred-faced man. Iruka didn't know what to think anymore. Wow, I need a minute. Well, since that is true. Sasuke, Sakura. I'm very disappointed, he said, a frown directed at his two former students. Had he taught them nothing? Damn it! Sasuke was supposed to be the best, And now something as simple as catching a stupid cat, Naruto still does better than him. How the hell is he supposed to defeat Itachi, when Naruto is better than him at everything? Sakura was about to lose her patience with the situation. Naruto was not as great as they were making him out to be. It was a joke. If anything, the blonde was just trying to make Sasuke look bad. That way, she will like him better. Sorry Naruto, it won't work. Her heart belongs to Sasuke. Sakura, Naruto called, pulling the girl out of her head. Sakura glared at him. What do you want, Baka? Naruto wanted to seriously smack that pathetic excuse for her anger off the girl's face. But he restrained himself. If you're thinking that I'm just trying to make Sasuke look bad, so you'll like me, you can chill. I don't care if you like him more than me. I'm just trying to be myself. Sakura stopped glaring, too shocked to do anything but stare. How did you know that? The blonde shook his head and looked at her like she was an idiot. Because I know you. You may not know me, but I know you. I will tell you this, however. If you want to be serious about being a kunoichi, you need to focus more on your training, and less on trying to impress Sasuke. Sakura had no words. Well, what do you know, Naruto? Sasuke will always be better than you. Who does this boy think he is? Talking to her like that, Naruto was too annoyed to pester her anymore. If she wanted to stay useless, that was fine with him. Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. Kakashi was only slightly surprised with the blonde. Well, that confirms his crush on Sakura was also an act. The same thought was going through everybody else but Sakura's mind. The third brought things back to the task at hand. Now that has been dealt with, about your C-rank mission. Please send the client in, thank you, he announces into the microphone on his desk. A man looking to be in his 40s with a scruffy beard, hat, and a bottle of sake, walked into the room with a scowl on his face. These are the strong ninja I hired to protect me? They all look like useless brats. Especially the short one with untamed hair, the man says, disbelief in his face and tone. When he finished insulting the team's competence, a kunai flew through the air and pinned his hat to the wall. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, Naruto says, authority in his tone. The silver-haired Jonin paled. Naruto, what are you doing? We're supposed to protect the client, not kill. Naruto cut him off. You misunderstand Kakashi-sensei. I'm merely confirming our ability to protect the client. I have no intention of harming him in any way. Unless he is still not convinced. He turned his head back towards the old drunk. I'm convinced, the man assured fearfully. He didn't want to think of whatever else Naruto was capable of. Naruto grinned, glad he got the man's respect. Even if he had to frighten the guy to get it. Good. So who are you? The man sighed, relieved that nothing more would be done to him. I'm the Super Master Bridge Builder Tazuna. I expect you to protect me until I get back home and finish building my bridge. Even if it costs you your lives. Tazuna's eyes took on a depth of darkness that wasn't being concealed at all. Naruto and Kakashi narrowed their eyes, suspicious of the man. Their lives. It's AC rank. Should just be bandits and thieves after him. Something is not right. Alright, Squad 7. Pack for a 2-week trip, and meet up at the village gates in 1 hour, Kakashi commands, his infamous eye smile in place. Naruto vanishes to his house to pack while Sasuke and Sakura had to run to their homes to pack their stuff. Naruto's house. Once he appeared in his room, Naruto placed a couple more scrolls with extra Hiraishin kunai, smoke bombs, poison bombs, and lightning tags into his backpack. Sakura's house. Sakura was in her room contemplating on what to bring on the mission. At first she started to pack a couple weapons and some hair products. Then she remembered what Naruto said. She chose to ignore it in the end. She thought he was an idiot, and didn't know what he was talking about. Sasuke's house. Sasuke packed the remainder of his weapons available at his disposal, such as kunai, shuriken, and blast tags into his backpack. He doesn't think he needs much given the fact that he is an Uchiha. But he figured, better to be safe than sorry. He has got to thank Naruto for what he told Sakura. Hopefully now she'll get off his back. Sasuke needs to come up with a way to get stronger than the blonde though. The Uchiha decided he was gonna ask Kakashi to train him, one-on-one. He was determined to become the most powerful out of anyone. It was the only way he would defeat Itachi. Village gate, 55 minutes later. Everyone was here except Sakura and Naruto. Tazuna grumbled in annoyance. Where are those kids of yours? We need to get to my country. The longer we wait, the more precious time we're losing. He seems rather anxious about AC rank mission. Kakashi knew there had to be something up with this guy. They'll be here. Don't worry. On the first day I met them, Naruto made it clear not to be late to anything involving him, or he'll prank you. So I doubt he'd be late himself. Tazuna was confused. Who cares if he pulls a simple prank? What's the big deal? Kakashi laughed. Believe me, Tazuna. You absolutely do not want to be pranked by Naruto. In our village, he is known as the prankster king from hell. Tazuna paled. You gotta be kidding me. That brat, Naruto smirked. It's true, Tazuna-san, he announces, startling everybody, appearing behind Kakashi. Tazuna's heart skipped a beat. Where do you come from? Naruto grinned, and pointed to the top of the forest area. I've been here the entire time. I was just sitting up in that tree waiting for Sakura. He turned to his teacher. I'm disappointed in your sensory abilities, Kakashi-sensei, he said in a jokingly scolding manner. Kakashi was bewildered. How did he evade his detection? Exactly how strong is the Uzumaki? At that point, Sakura decided to show up. Naruto turned his attention to the pinkette. You were almost late. You do remember what happens when someone is late on me. Don't you, Sakura? She gulped, thinking about what happened the last time. Flashback. Team 7 was meeting in Training Ground 7, at 8:30 for some teamwork exercises. It was now 8:45. Naruto growled. Sakura is in for a treat when she gets here. I thought I warned you guys. No tardiness when it comes to anything involving me? The girl in question came running up to the group. Sorry I'm late, Naruto. Please don't prank me, I had to do my hair. Naruto's fox grin adorned his face. It was the look he gave that promised misfortune was coming one's way. Too late. Sakura started to tense up. What do yo? She didn't get to finish her sentence. Naruto appeared right behind her, and kicked her into a net. It was raised to the top of the tree, where there was a bucket of paint spilled on her, turning her hair dark green. Naruto cut up the bottom of the net, causing her to fall into a pile of leaves. Finally, he performed his wind jutsu, Futon, de Tapa, ultimately messing up her hair in the end. Sakura glared at the boy. Are you kidding me? It took her an hour for her to get herself looking that nice. Naruto glared back. If you are ever late again, and your excuse is as petty as doing your hair, it'll be worse next time, he says with a threatening voice that shut her up. Now are you going to be late again? Sakura shrunk backwards, and waved her hands in surrender. No, I promise I won't. Naruto smiled, going back to his happy self. Good. Now let us get to our teamwork exercises. Sasuke paled at the sight of Sakura. Man, if that's what he does to Sakura, Sasuke would hate to see what he do to him. Flashback and Team 7, besides Naruto, shivered at the memory. Tazuna was now even more frightened of what Naruto could do to him. Naruto brought back the focus. Well, let us get on with it. Shall we? They started walking to the land of waves. Eventually Sakura began questioning Tazuna about his country. Tazuna-san? The old man looked down at the girl, wondering what she wanted. You come from the land of waves, right? Tazuna stared at her. Yeah? What of it? I'm just curious. Aren't there ninja there? Kakashi interjected, before Tazuna could get in an answer. Actually, quite the contrary, Sakura. You see, there are no ninja in the land of waves. In other countries, however, there are hidden villages, each with their own different customs and cultures, where ninja reside. To the people of this continent, the existence of shinobi means strength, military strength. In other words, that's how they protect themselves and maintain the balance of power with neighboring countries. The ninja villages are not controlled by any government. They're independent, and have equal status. Now, a small island, like the land of waves, has natural protection from the sea. So there's no need for a ninja village. The 5 ancient lands that possess shinobi villages are the lands of fire, water, lightning, wind, and earth. They each occupy vast territories. Together they are known as the 5 great shinobi nations. The land of fire has the village hidden in the leaves, the land of water, the village hidden in the mist, the land of lightning, the village hidden in the clouds, the land of wind, the village hidden in the sand, and the land of earth, the village hidden in the stones. Only the leaders of these hidden villages are permitted the name Kage, which means shadow. Hokage, Mizukage, Reikage, Kazekage, Suchikage, these are the leaders, the 5 shadows that reign over thousands of ninja. Huh! Then Lord Hokage is really important, Sakura exclaimed, a huge smile on her face. Is that old man really such a big deal? She wasn't buying it. Kakashi knew her real thoughts. Hey! You just doubted Lord Hokage, didn't you? That's what you were thinking. Wasn't he at Sakura? Her whole body started shaking. No! She answered frightfully. Kakashi smiled at her, not really caring what Sakura thought. It doesn't change anything. Well, anyway, there are no ninja battles in AC rank mission. So you can relax. Instantly, Sakura felt the feeling of relief wash over her. So we are not going to run into any foreign enemy ninja, or anything like that, Kakashi chuckled mildly. Not likely. Although Tazuna does seem worried. He'll have to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. A couple hours later, they pass a puddle on the side of the road. A puddle on a clear day like this, when it hasn't rained for 2 weeks. Hold up a second, guys. I want to see something, Naruto says, walking towards the puddle. Oh, now what? Sakura was already aggravated with the blonde's antics. Naruto! What are you doing? The boy ignored her. He reached the puddle, and placed one of his lightning tags into the center. Everyone was clearly confused, until the puddle turned into 2 people, who were being electrified. Then it wore off after 20 seconds or so. With speed Naruto didn't expect, the 2 figures whirled around him and wrapped their chains around Kakashi, pulling on it, and ripping him to shreds. Sensei! Sakura screamed, after witnessing the man's untimely demise. Now it's your turn, brat. Both the figures turned to the blonde, wanting revenge for him electrocuting them. They charged at Naruto. They were about to wrap their chains around the blonde. But he vanished from view. Half a second later, he reappeared behind the two ninja and chakra kicked them into a tree, knocking them out cold. You can come out now, sensei. What are you talking about, moron? Sensei is dead. We watched him get torn to shreds. Sakura recalled. Kakashi came out of his hiding spot from the trees above the group. I'm not dead, Sakura, the man said, showing up right behind her. Good job, Naruto, great work. Sasuke kept getting angrier and angrier. He didn't even get a chance. Naruto totally beat those Chunin with one kick. How strong is he? Sakura glared at the Cyclops. So why were you hiding, sensei? Were you trying to get us killed? Kakashi sighed. He was tired of this girl's obnoxious attitude. No. I wanted to see how strong you've gotten. I must say, I'm disappointed in you guys. Except you, Naruto. Next time leave some fighting for your teammates, okay? He gave an open-eye smile. Then he turns his gaze onto Tazuna. Something you want to tell us? Like why are there ninjas after you? Tazuna relented, having no choice but to tell the truth. Alright, fine. Do you know a man by the name of Gato? Kakashi blinked. Gato, as in Gato the shipping magnate, yes, that's the one. About a year ago, he came to our land and took control of the ports. So everyone, even our lord, is poor. We couldn't afford a higher rank mission. Kakashi understood the man's plight. Even so, this has left the mission parameters. This is now at least a B rank mission. We have to go back. Sakura turned toward Tazuna, a sad look on her face. I'm sorry. But we're only genin. We don't have the skills for this kind of mission. Naruto decided differently. I'm gonna keep going. Really? Kakashi mused. Naruto, I know you're strong, but you can't do this by yourself. I also can't leave someone alone when they need help. This bridge is a sign of hope for him and the people of Wave. If I don't help, they're going to starve. I can't go back. I'm sorry. It seems I won't be able to change your mind. So I guess we're coming too. They'll be warned. The next ninja will most likely be a Jonin. Naruto smiled gratefully. Alright. Let us go, Mr. Tazuna. Tazuna felt blessed to have this kid helping him. Not because the blonde was getting paid, but because he genuinely wanted to. Thank you so much. Naruto shrugged it off. No problem. A couple hours later, Naruto and the gang are still walking towards the land of waves, when they come across a man and his boat. Tazuna walked over to the man who was currently standing in the small canoe. Sanji, can you take us across the river, please? The man, now known as Sanji, smiled. Of course, Tazuna, he answered. But I'll be using the oars. It is vital that we remain as quiet as possible. All right. Thank you. Tazuna stepped into the boat. Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke followed suit, entering the boat as well. Naruto, on the other hand, stood still. He stayed on land and just glared at the mode of transportation. It was as if the object had personally wronged him. Kakashi was confused. Naruto, are you okay? Get in the boat. No way, I'll walk, Naruto replies, disdain in his voice. Naruto, quit being stupid and get in the boat. Sakura says, somehow being loud and quiet at the same time. Naruto was adamant. No thanks, I'm good. He walks out onto the water as if it was land, shocking everyone, even Kakashi. Naruto, how are you able to do that? Sasuke was jealous that there was another ability that Naruto possessed that he himself did not. The blonde wasn't even showing off at the moment. He really did not think it was such a big deal. It's just a chakra control technique. The boy shrugs. Sensei can do it too. Kakashi was still amazed. Yes, but not for very long. I'm curious, Naruto. How long can you do it? Just a few hours, the blonde answers nonchalantly. That's amazing. His chakra reserves and control are way above even the most elite Jonin. Well, since you can maintain it, I guess you won't need the boat. Let us go, Sanji, the man complied. Alright, but remember, we must be really quiet. Time skip, under bridge. Kakashi held Tazuna to his end of the bargain. So Tazuna, tell us more about the situation with Gato. The bridge builder tensed up, hoping that the sensei had forgotten. Well, he came here about a year ago, along with all the goons and rogue ninja he hires. Then he took control of the ports, seizing all of our assets. Everything clicked into place for Naruto. That makes sense. Given the fact that your country is surrounded by water, taking over the ports gives someone complete control over what goes out and what comes in, allowing him to cut off trade and make the country itself incredibly poor. Tazuna was relieved someone understood. Yes. That's why I'm building my bridge. So we can once again trade with neighboring countries and return Wave to its status of prosperity in the nation's economy. But won't Gato just take control of the bridge as well? Granted, Naruto figures he could easily get rid of the man and his thugs. But he wasn't sure how Kakashi would feel about that outcome. Tazuna looked sheepish. I was kind of hoping you guys could take care of him as well. Our mission was just to protect you while you finished building your bridge, but I'll think about taking care of Gato. Naruto was right. Kakashi was not keen on the idea of having to kill someone on his team as first outing from the village. But he might end up having to forego that train of thought. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei. The boat captain was getting annoyed. Shh. Quiet down, he demands in a whisper. Sorry, Tazuna says quietly this time. 20 minutes later, Naruto and the gang arrive on shore and start walking toward Tazuna's place. 2 minutes later, Naruto stops and throws a kunai into a bush, scaring Sakura, and causing a bunny to jump out in fright. Naruto! What are you doing? Stop showing off. Naruto ignored her. That bunny is still in its winter coat. Shouldn't it be brown by now? Which means it's been kept indoors. A substitution. There's a whooshing sound in the air. Everybody duck. Both Kakashi and Naruto instructed, having the same revelation. Naruto pulled Sakura and Sasuke to the ground, while Kakashi grabbed Tazuna. Just in time, too. A giant sword flew right over their heads and lodged itself in a tree. Naruto looked up and saw a figure standing on the massive hilt staring down at them. He recognized him from a bingo book that Kurama had him study. Zabuza Momochi, aka Demon of the Bloody Mist. I should have known it would be you. Zabuza was momentarily shocked that this simple genin knew who he was, but he showed no sign of it. So, one of the genin is competent after all, he says, mocking the blonde, trying to rile him up. Naruto kept a calm demeanor and went to attack. However, Kakashi cut him off with an arm in front of him. No, Naruto. This is an S-ranked Jonin level ninja. It's too dangerous, Kakashi says to his blonde genin, even though he had an inkling that Naruto could beat him. But the sensei didn't he want to take any chances that he could be wrong. I'll face him. He pulled up his headband, revealing his Sharingan. Sasuke saw this, of course. So he does have a Sharingan, but how is he an Uchiha? Alright, sensei. Naruto says, wanting to respect the man's wishes. Kakashi of the Sharingan. No wonder the demon brothers failed, Zabuza mused. Kakashi corrected him. Actually, that was all Naruto's doing, he says matter-of-factly, while gesturing to the blonde boy. Zabuza was intrigued. Interesting. No matter, he still won a challenge. Genin like him don't know what it really means to be a ninja. They've never tasted blood. When I became a genin, I already knew what it was like to kill. Sakura was confused, sensei. What is he talking about? Kakashi grimaced. He knew that name sounded familiar. 10 years ago, the hidden Miss Genin exam was forced to change, due to unforeseen consequences. What kind of consequences? Is this guy dangerous or something? Sasuke wondered. Well, besides the fact that he is a Jonin, Naruto finished his sensei's explanation. Out of nowhere, a kid showed up and murdered the entire class, in the blink of an eye. Sakura was appalled. No way. That's awful. Zabuza had an evil grin on his face. That's right. Friends you studied with, and ate with. They're pitted against each other for the final exam, and I slaughtered them all. The Miss Jonin rushes towards Kakashi, sword drawn. Zabuza swings the giant blade and it clashes with a kunai that Kakashi pulls out at the last second. Next he swung the massive weapon at the Konoha Jonin's legs, causing him to have to jump in mid-air, to avoid injury. Zabuza used this to his advantage and kicked Kakashi in the stomach, hard, sending him spiraling into the ground. The missing nin charges forward, winding up a swing, and Kakashi dodges it, jumping into the water. Fool, Zabuza announces, as he begins to make hand signs. Water prison jutsu. Kakashi was instantly trapped inside a ball of water. What kind of jutsu is this? Sakura screamed. After witnessing the technique, water style. We studied it in the academy. Remember? There's 5 styles of jutsu a ninja can use, Naruto answers. Oh yeah, Sakura remembered. But not wanting to seem less intelligent than Naruto, she lied. I know that, Naruto. I just wanted to make sure you did. She looked to see the blonde's reaction, but he showed no emotion on his face. Damn, what is going on with him lately? He asked, totally different. She still was not accepting that Naruto wasn't he actually stupid. The Jinchuriki chose to ignore her. The boy was too busy thinking about how to save Kakashi Sasuke. I have a plan, wanna help? Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto calls into existence several clones, and they all move to attack Zabuza. The Miss Nin shoves them all off him, allowing Naruto to mark the rogue ninja with his Hiraishin seal without the man's knowledge. One of the clones runs to Sasuke, and throws the Uchiha, a giant shuriken. Sasuke, catch! Sasuke jumps up, catching the projectile easily. Nice plan, Naruto. The Uchiha then pulls out his own, identical shuriken. Demon Wind Shuriken Jutsu. Sasuke throws the weapon at the real Zabuza, to which the man jumps up, and the blade flies past, right below his legs. Then the second one comes out of the shadow of the first, and approaches Zabuza's head, forcing the man to have to duck in mid-air. Nice try, Ki dash. He blanks when he notices Sasuke smirking. Behind Zabuza, the second shuriken transformed into a Naruto clone, who then threw a kunai at Zabuza's arm, causing him to pull out of the prison, effectively destroying the jutsu. Wind release. Great breakthrough, the real Naruto announces, appearing right next to a shocked Zabuza. The blonde blows out a huge gust of air out of his mouth at point-blank range. The hidden Miss Nin goes flying back into a tree, knocking him out. Sasuke was stunned. What, but when did he dash? He thought back to when all the Naruto clones surrounded Zabuza. So that's when. He then saw Naruto, heading towards a knocked-out Zabuza, while Kakashi was pulling himself onto the water. 2 projectiles flew out of a bush, striking Zabuza in the neck. What? Kakashi walked over to Zabuza, and placed 2 fingers on his throat, in an effort to see if he could find a pulse. He dead, where do those needles come from? Sakura was looking around frantically. Kakashi studied the weapons. Senbon needles. They are usually used by medic nins. A figure jumped out of the nearby bush to reveal themselves. A hidden mist hunter nin? Thank you for taking care of Zabuza, the hunter nin replies. I have been hunting him down for months now. I must dispose of the body at once. With that said, he makes a one-hand seal and disappears in a blue haze, with Zabuza on his shoulders. Kakashi-sensei. What is a hunter nin? Sakura asks, not fully understanding the events that just passed in a matter of moments, especially that Naruto just took down a Jonin ninja, that even their sensei could not defeat. Then again, Sasuke did help, so she chalked it up to him being the reason they were able to beat him. A hunter nin is a specially trained ninja, who knows the body's anatomy inside and out, Kakashi begins to explain. They know where to strike to cause the maximum damage to their target. Their job is to hunt down missing or rogue ninja, kill them, and dispose of the body. That way, they preserve their village's secrets and jutsus. For example, if I was killed by an enemy ninja, the secrets of the Sharingan could be revealed. Oh. That makes sense. From the look of it, judging by his height and voice, he is probably not that much older than you, Naruto. Yeah, the blonde replies, not really finding it of much importance. Sakura, however, was astounded. What? How could that be possible? Kakashi turned towards his pink-haired student. Well, believe it or not, Sakura, there are ninja younger than you, but stronger than me. Like Naruto probably, he added as an afterthought. That's amazing. Well, we should probably get going. Lead the way, Tazuna, Kashi instructed the bridge master. Yes, of course. He responds, still flabbergasted with the fact that Naruto beat someone that his own sensei was struggling with. Not only that, but the blonde also made it look easy, and from the looks of it, he didn't even break a sweat. Tazuna decided then and there never to underestimate Naruto ever again. They started walking towards Tazuna's place, when Kakashi fainted all of the sudden. Sakura jumped. Kakashi-sensei. Are you alright? Relax, Sakura, he is just tired from overusing the Sharingan. It puts a lot of strain on the body, especially when you're not actually an Uchiha, Naruto says calmly and knowingly, which made Sasuke more than a little suspicious. How do you know so much about the Sharingan, Naruto? Sasuke was starting to get angry that Naruto isn't even an Uchiha, yet he knows more about it than him. Naruto ignored Uchiha's questioning. That's not important right now, Sasuke. We need to get Kakashi to Tazuna's place, so he can rest. He took out one of his storage seals and infused some chakra into it. Then he touched Kakashi, and the man disappeared. He looked to Tazuna. Shall we continue? Tazuna blinked several times. What just happened? Yes, my house is just a ways down the road. Follow me. He gestures towards the horizon with his arm. By the way, Naruto, yeah? What did you do with Kakashi? I put him in one of my storage seals. That way he is easier to carry. Alright, Tazuna relents, still not completely understanding the subject of sealing. He is just a civilian from an island with no ninja. Can you blame him for not knowing really anything about them? Tazuna's house. 10 minutes later, the gang arrives at Tazuna's place, and his daughter Tsunami shows them to a guest room, where they could leave Kakashi to rest. Naruto unseals both Kakashi and a cot for him to sleep on, from another one of his scrolls. He tucked him in with a blanket over his face, before pulling down the mask, knowing Kakashi doesn't want people seeing what he looks like. Then he left to go back downstairs. How is Kakashi-san? Tsunami asks, when Naruto makes it down the steps. Naruto gives her a small smile. Fine. I left him lying down in my travel cot, so he could rest comfortably. He should be up in a couple hours or so. Tsunami smiles. Well, that was nice of you. Naruto shrugs it off. It's no problem really. I'm used to sleeping on the floor anyway. I'm glad he is in such good hands. I made some food, would you like some? I'm sure you must be hungry after your journey, Tsunami asks kindly. Naruto gives her another smile, before rejecting her offer. No thank you, I need to go train. If he was honest, he really wasn't that hungry. When he gave Kurama control over his senses, it had some after effects. One being he could store food in his system for longer periods of time than other people, allowing him to be able to eat less often. Which is handy on long missions. I'm gonna leave one of my clones upstairs, to keep an eye on Kakashi. He made the necessary hand signs, and sent the clone to Kakashi. Then the blonde left out the door, and down the road. Sakura stared at the door Naruto had just left through. That is strange. I expected Naruto to be the most hungry out of all of us, given the fact that he is the weakest link on the team, and would need it the most. She remarks rather rudely. Sasuke grunts with his signature look of indifference. But on the inside he was wondering two things. 1. Why isn't Naruto hungry, when he himself is starving, and 2. What kind of training does he do without the sensei? I'm going to go for a walk. He slides out of his chair and heads toward the door. Can I go? Before Sakura was even done voicing her question, Sasuke was already out the door. Damn it, Tsunami smirked at the entire ordeal. Someone has a crush. Sakura jumped in her chair. What dash? I mean he is not, okay yes. I really like him. He is cool, mysterious, handsome. She says dreamily, with hearts in her eyes. Tsunami was impressed I see, she says, questioning some of the traits about the boy, given by the fangirl. Sakura immediately went on the defensive. What is that supposed to mean? She responds, having caught the underlying apathy in the older woman's tone. Nothing, Tsunami answers, with her arms in the air in surrender. She was still not sure if she liked this girl or found her irritatingly dense. With Naruto, inside the mindscape. Alright Kurama. What are we doing today? Walk out onto the water, and I'll show you. Naruto listened and walked onto the water. Kurama smirks. The fox throws both a kunai and a shuriken at Naruto. The blonde does a backflip and jumps to the side, avoiding both. Impressive, you've learned. Well, I've had a lot of help from a friend, after your little stunt that day. Flashback 2 years ago. The last few weeks Kurama has noticed that Nero has been really impatient, and has shown signs of extreme arrogance. He is hopeful that his training for today will knock some sense into the blonde. Come on Kurama, what type of training are we going to do? Naruto asks, quite impatiently. Relax kid, now here. Put on this blindfold, Kurama tells him, handing Naruto a long strip of black cloth. Why? Because I said so. Alright, no need to get testy. Naruto wraps the blindfold around his eyes, making sure he couldn't see anything at all, and waits for further instruction. He was starting to get impatient. At that moment, a kunai whizzed through the air and impaled itself in his shoulder. Hey, calm down. While you remain in the mindscape you can't actually be hurt, remember? Oh yeah, I forgot about that cool feature. The training we are going to do today is heightening your senses, so you can battle even if you're blinded. Given my control over your senses, it should come easier to you than other people. Okay, let's start. First, walk out onto the water using your sense of smell to guide you. Alright, this will be a piece of cake. I warned you about getting cocky, Naruto. It's dangerous. Yeah. Let us just do this already. He started to walk, letting his sense of smell guide him right smack dab into a tree. Kurama face faulted. Yeah, a total piece of cake. Too bad the goal was not to run into a tree, or else I'd be bowing down to your greatness. The beast put as much sarcasm into his voice as possible, which did not go unnoticed by Naruto. Naruto glared at him. Whatever. That was just my first time. No one is perfect at the very start. He tried again, got a little closer to the lake, but crashed right into a rock. Once again he got further, before tripping over a log. Now he was getting annoyed. Don't just try to find the lake, watch out for the scent of objects in your path as well. I got it. Naruto responds, rather ticked off that he didn't think of that in the first place, given how smart he was. He eventually made his way to the water and walked out onto the middle of the lake. Now what? Come back, conjure up 50 clones, and have them all do it over until they can do it flawlessly. That means no bumping, crashing, tripping, or stepping on anything but the ground and the water. Once you can do that with all of them, then we'll continue on to the next part of the training. Come on, I just did it. Isn't once enough for someone like me? Kurama blinked. What exactly do you mean by someone like you? Naruto began listing titles on his fingers. Prodigy, awesome, amazing, strong, infallible. You know, He really had to put a stop to that as soon as possible. He figures he will show the boy that he is not as infallible as he thinks. So does that mean I don't have to do it again? No, you still have to do it. Oh come on, do as I have instructed, or I will not train you anymore. Do I make myself clear? Naruto stayed silent, frowning at the water. Kurama asked again, louder this time. I said, do I make myself clear? Finn. Gosh, I'll do it. Good, now get to work. Naruto takes off the blindfold, walks back to his previous location, does the Kagebun Shinjutsu, and finally, he instructs every one of his clones to tie the blindfold around their eyes until they absolutely can't see anything but the color of the cloth. Make sure you look out for the smells and sounds of other things as you navigate to the lake, he says, reminding his clones of the tip that Kurama gave him just a few minutes ago. After an hour of mess-ups, each of his clones eventually got to the lake without any mishaps, making sure not to step on any bugs as well, just as Kurama had instructed. The hardest part for Naruto and his clones was not stepping on any bugs due to the faint sound they would make as they scurried across the ground. Now what? He was still angry at himself for not being as awesome as he proclaimed. Disperse all the clones and do it again, without making any mistakes. Naruto did as he was told, though very begrudgingly. Luckily, he had no problems, so Kurama decided to go on to the next part. Good job. Now the hard part. I'm going to start throwing all kinds of weapons at you as I did earlier. I want you to avoid them as best as you can. Okay, I'm ready. Right away a kunai and shuriken lodged into his stomach, one after the other. Naruto grunted, and was upset at how he didn't even hear them coming. I thought you said you were ready, Kurama says, clearly mocking him. Again. He heard the sound this time, and sidestepped to avoid them. Kunai hit him right in the forehead. What the heck was that? You can't stop and gloat. Always expect there's more to come. If you don't, it could be the difference between success or failure in battle. He hoped Naruto would get over his pride and take what he was saying to heart, but it didn't seem to be working. He'll just have to try harder. Just go again. I can do this. He backflipped over a kunai, sidestepped a shuriken, ducked under another kunai, and pressed off the water to jump over a couple more kunai and shuriken. This continued for a few minutes of Naruto dodging everything he could. Eventually, though, he got tired and became sluggish with his movements. A couple minutes later, he was too slow to avoid a Senbon needle that struck him in the knee as he was landing from avoiding a demon wind shuriken that came out of nowhere, to which he only barely avoided. What kind of weapon he pants is this? He exclaimed, clearly exhausted. It's called a Senbon needle. It's particularly handy for medical ninjutsu and used by hunter nins. I see. So I'm guessing you want me to make 50 clones and do it again until I don't get hit for a certain amount of time? You guessed it, genius, he responds sarcastically. Naruto ignored the sarcasm and created 50 clones. Kurama once again started hurling weapons at all of the clones and him at the same time. This went on for a couple hours, until he could avoid all the weapons for 5 minutes, without any of his clones being hit by a weapon. He dispersed them and swayed a little off balance, due to the fact that this was the second time he had to go through the memory overload in the past day. Once Naruto was stable again, Kurama started ambushing him with dozens of flying weapons, to which he successfully avoided for 15 minutes, until Kurama stopped and smiled at him. Good job, Kit. Naruto turned to the Kyuubi and smiled. Then he lost consciousness. Even though he can't feel pain, he can still experience fatigue. He lasted longer than Kurama thought he would, even considering his abnormal amounts of stamina. Next day, still inside the mindscape, Naruto woke up and looked around for a while. Then the events of the previous day came back to him like a bullet train. Oh. My head, so, you're finally awake. Let's hope his pride is gone too. Are you ready for the next part of the training? He asks, a smirk present on his face. There's more. Naruto paled at this newfound information. He was sure he looked like a ghost right now. Of course. It's not enough to just dodge and avoid attacks, you need to learn to defend yourself against weapons as well. Of course it isn't. Alright, let's go. Kyuubi was able to hear the dread in his tone but continued anyway. Good. Now we're going to start working on your bokujutsu, weapon skills. Unfortunately, I've never needed this particular skill, so I can't help you here. What? Then how am I going to learn? Naruto was worried. There was no one else who would train him. You'll have to find somebody else to train you in this, sorry. Okay. Let me think about my options. I can't ask the old man, he's probably busy doing paperwork, or something. I can't ask Tochi, cause he's not a ninja either as I am. There is a girl in the academy named Tenten who specializes in weapons. I guess I could ask her. He wonders if she'll help him though. She doesn't seem to hate him, like everybody else. I guess I really don't have anything to lose. I might as well ask. What's the worst she could do, say no. With that said, he left to find Tenten, disappearing out of his mindscape, and heading into town. Konoha, 1 hour later. Naruto has been searching all throughout town with no luck of finding her, until he remembered that she and her family owned a weapons shop not far from the ramen stand. Here it is, he says, glad he finally found it. He walks in to find her sitting behind the counter, with a bored expression on her face. Hey Tenten, do I know you? She asks, never actually having paid attention to him in the academy. Naruto gaped. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. We both go to the ninja academy. I'm a year below you. Ring any bells? Tenten blinked. Nope, sorry, she said, a sheepish look on her face. Naruto relented. That's alright. Anyway, I had a favor I wanted to ask of you. The girl perked up at this. Yeah? She asked, suddenly curious of what the blonde wanted from her. Since you specialize in weapons, I was wondering if you could help me work on my kenjutsu. She thought about it for a second, then figured, hey, she's got nothing else better to do. Sure, but not right now. I've got to work, but I'm off in a few hours. I could help you then, she says, a smile taking over her previous bored expression. Phew, he was worried she wouldn't help for a second there. Thanks. Naruto gives her a smile, relieved. So I'll see you in a few hours then. How does 2 o'clock sound? The young girl nodded her head in agreement. Sounds fine. See you later, she says, waving to him, as he begins to depart from the shop. Later. With that stress off his shoulders, he walks back to one of the training grounds to do his workout routine. Well, this is an interesting turn of events. On the bright side, she will no longer be bored out of her mind today. She smiled before regaining the same far-off look she had when Naruto entered, waiting for a customer. With Naruto, 1:45. Naruto was finishing his workout routine when he remembered something. He forgot to tell Tenten where to meet him. I guess I have to go back to her store. Wait. I can just send one of my clones. He made the necessary hand sign, and sent the clone off to meet Tenten, to tell her where to find him. With the Naruto clone, Tenten's shop 155. The clone walked in, right as Tenten was coming out, and they bumped right into each other. Oh, I'm sorry. The clone apologized, getting back up. Tenten smiled when she realized who it was. That's alright. It's a good thing you came though. We never discussed a location to meet at. The Naruto clone smiled. That was exactly what he was there for. That's actually why I came back in the first place. He wants you to meet him at Training Ground 7. Tenten tilted her head to the side, in confusion. Who is he? What s with the use of the third person like reference to himself? Naruto, the clone answered. Tenten was even more confused. Aren't you Naruto? Sort of. I'm a clone, but you're just an illusion. Wouldn't it have been better for him to tell me himself, since nothing you learn will transfer to him? The clone smirked. I'm not an illusion. I'm actually a shadow clone. So what I learned will be transferred to the original, he explained. He sent me so he could finish his workout regiment. Oh, I've heard of that. Wait. She displayed a shocked expression. Isn't that a Jonin level skill? How could he possibly have enough chakra to maintain it for this long, let alone do it in the first place? Wasn't he Naruto a year behind her? Shouldn't he have enough chakra to use it, regardless of knowing how to do the jutsu or not? Naruto's a special person, let us just leave it at that, alright? But I want to know sometime, she says, suddenly very intrigued with the young blonde boy. The clone shrugged. Who knows? Maybe he'll tell you eventually. I hope so. Well, I've done my job here. So I'm gonna disperse now. He looked back up towards the girl. Remember, Training Ground 7. Then the clone disappeared in a puff of smoke, leaving Tenten alone with her thoughts. Well, that was unexpected. She left to find the training ground, with a new interest in the boy. Back with Naruto, he finished his final sit-up, when the memory of his clone flooded into his brain. Maybe he will tell her sometime. Yeah, that'll happen not, Kurama sighed. If you become friends with this girl, you should consider telling her. It would do you some good to have someone who you can hang out with and talk to, besides me of course. I'll think about it, he says, still doubting if he will actually ever tell anyone. He'd have to really trust them, and right now. There was no one like that who didn't already know the secret about him. Tenten showed up as he finished that thought. Hey Naruto. Are you ready for the training? She smiled, walking up to the boy. He smiled as well. Definitely. Let us begin. Okay. She nods her head. But first, I want to gauge your skills as of now. They both took out their kunai and ran at each other. With a loud clang of metal against metal, the kunai intercepted each other. Tenten pulled back and swung at his leg, to which Naruto jumped back to avoid. He then threw the kunai at her, and she ducked under it easily. The girl used his moment of surprise to her advantage, and rushed him. Before the blonde knew it, there was a gash straight through his jacket that left a thin trail of blood across his chest. I'm sorry, she began to apologize for taking their little spar too far, but paused as she notices the wound healing. Then it was completely non-existent. How? Naruto interrupted her. It's alright. I heal fast, he says, trying to make her feel better. Is that one of the things that makes you special? She asked, remembering the conversation she had earlier with his clone. Naruto blinked. What? He asked, confused. Then he remembered his clone's memories. Oh yeah? That's one of them. How many are there? A few, but you don't have to worry about that right now. Let us get back to training. He brings the attention back to their fighting, wanting to avoid the topic of him, before he says something he shouldn't. Naruto came at her again, this time with both kunai and shuriken. He threw the first kunai at her, and the second one to where he predicted she'd dodge to. With speed he couldn't even see, she blocked the second kunai, before it hit her in the stomach. Thinking she was distracted, the blonde hurled the 5 shuriken in his hand at an angle where they would intercept her on the sides, and to his bewilderment, she easily jumped up and out of range, while the 5 shuriken instead hit each other, and were cancelled out. Naruto's mouth dropped in shock. Wow. You're really good. Sure, she specialized in this type of combat, but she was still just 11 years old after all. Tenten blushed. Thank you? I try. She smirked, a pretend cocky attitude in her tone. You're good as well. Where do you learn how to aim so accurately? She was surprised by his show of skill. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. Alright, well now that I know your skill, I can train you more effectively. First, Bokujutsu is a lot like Taijutsu, just with weapons instead of your hands and feet. For example, let us say you were to slug someone in the cheek or neck. It's the same motion with your arm, the only difference is now you're holding a weapon. So it's going to be the thing that does damage, instead of your fist. Do you get it? She asked, hoping her little lecture wasn't too much information at one time. Naruto smiled. Yeah, I got it. I catch on quick, so you don't have to worry about making your explanations detailed to the point where it'll be too much to comprehend. At least not with me anyway. With other people, you probably want to simplify it. Just for future reference. Good to know. Now of course that tip doesn't always apply. It depends on the weapon you're using. For instance, If you're using a sword that is held similarly to the way you hold a kunai, then the rule applies. But if you're using a katana or something like that, then the motion will of course be different. Like I said, it depends on the weapon. Naruto nods his head in understanding. That makes sense. Next, it's obvious I don't have to teach you accurate weapon throwing for projectile weapons. Keep in mind though, the weight of the weapon determines how difficult it is to use accurately. Let's focus on your close combat bokujutsu skills for now. Kurama alerted Naruto in his head. One thing I just thought of, Kit. Utilize your senses to figure out where she is going to try to strike you. Good luck. Naruto face faulted. Of course, why didn't he think of that? Are you alright, Naruto? She asked, having seen him just standing there as if he was deep in thought. Yeah, I'm good, he responds. He has got to be careful talking to Kurama when he is around people. Okay, if you say so. Are you ready to spar again? Let us do this thing. They rushed at each other again, with Naruto trying a swipe at her leg. She saw the move and moved her leg back and out of reach of the weapon. Using her momentum, she swung her leg back to the previous position, adding to her overall speed, while swinging her arm that had the kunai at Naruto's abdomen. He, however, utilized his sense of sound, and heard it coming. So he flipped back to avoid it. While she was stunned that he was able to dodge, Naruto rushed back at her and cut her on the arm. Teten grabbed her arm. How did he do that? His skill has already increased since our spar earlier. How is that even possible? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking. Here, give me your arm, I'll heal it for you. The kunoichi was astounded. You can heal other people as well? She asked, even more amazed with the boy than she was before. She extended her arm out to him. Naruto smirked at her. Yeah, good thing too. I tend to get carried away when I'm training. This may sting a little, but the feeling will go away after a couple seconds, he said as he took her arm and started pouring his chakra into her. So her scar would be able to heal exponentially fast. She watched in amazement at how, like with the scar on his chest earlier, the mark on her arm disappeared, as if it never was there in the first place. It hurt for a little bit like he said it would, but after it was done, her arm felt stronger than it was before. That's a useful ability to have. I guess you'll be like the medic on your genin team. Naruto pondered on that thought for a moment. Yeah, I guess. He hadn't really thought of the idea of using his healing ability for anyone but himself, until now, that is. Question? Yeah? He asked, turning his attention towards her once again. Are the muscles in my arm supposed to feel stronger than they already were? Yes, it's because when I healed you, my chakra also repaired any damage done to your arm muscles prior to today. I can do the same for the rest of your body if you want me to? Tenten blushed. Naruto's face paled. Wait, that came out wrong. What I meant was, I can take your arm again, but this time send my chakra all throughout your body. That way it will heal any and all damage done to you during your lifetime. Naruto explained, trying to fix the misunderstanding in his previous statement. That'd be nice, she said, still blushing at her previous thoughts that entered her young mind, surrounding the misunderstood statement. This time when Naruto grabbed her arm, he sent his chakra everywhere in her body. After the pain subsided, it actually felt really nice and soothing. She could get used to this feeling. After he let go, she felt so much looser and less constricted with her movements. Awesome, yeah, you feel better now? Totally, so much better. If I may ask, what does it feel like? With me it comes subconsciously, and I've always had the ability. So I don't really know the difference. It feels like my whole body just loosened, and I can move it more freely now. Cool, you want to get back to the spar now? Sure, time skip. It's been a couple weeks since Naruto has met Tenten, and in that time they've become good friends. They train with each other almost every day from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Her curfew is 9, and she likes to hang out with her other friends for the remaining hour and a half, before she has to go home. She told Naruto she wanted to meet up with him today, but she wouldn't tell him for what reason. So here he was at their usual training ground, which is training ground number 7, waiting for her to show up. After a couple minutes he saw her running towards him. Hey Naruto! Sorry I'm late, my dad had to hold me for a few minutes longer to handle some extra customers. Naruto gave her a smile that's okay. So why do you want to meet me here? I have something for you, she said, handing him a box wrapped in orange wrapping paper, with a red bow. Thank you? You didn't have to get me anything though, he said, shocked. No one besides the third Hokage had ever given him a gift. It gave him a feeling of true friendship that he has never had with someone close to him age-wise before. He unwrapped the bow and paper to find a small black box. He opened it up to reveal dark orange fingerless gloves with metal plates for defense over the front of them. Thanks a lot, Tenten, he said as he gave her a hug in appreciation. You're welcome. There's a cool feature with the metal plates though. Oh yeah? I remembered you were an Uzumaki, and I know they excel at Fuinjutsu. So I had my dad create the metal plates with the ability to seal extra weapons, like kunai and shuriken, so you'll never run out of tools on missions. That's awesome. Tell your dad I said thank you to him as well. I will. Now how can I repay you? You don't have to. It's nice giving gifts to friends. I want to though. An idea suddenly popped into the boy's head. Oh, I know, here, come with me. He started to walk away from the training ground, with her following beside him. So where are we going? You'll see. A couple minutes later Naruto came to a stop in front of one of his favorite places in the village, Ichiraku Ramen. You like ramen, right? He was hoping she did. This was one of the only restaurants that took his business. Yeah, I like ramen, she replied, unknowingly filling him with a sense of relief. Then let us head in, shall we? They walked under the curtains hanging from the roof of the stand and began to look over the menu. Hey old man, I'll have the miso ramen with extra pork. Naruto. Long time no see, kid. Where have you been lately? Training, studying, and going to the academy. Alright, and what will your friend be having? Tucci asked, gesturing to the young girl beside him. I'll have the same thing, just no extra pork please. Okay, I am. Yes, father? She came out of the kitchen and noticed Naruto with his new friend. Oh. Who's this? This is my new friend Tenten. We met a couple weeks ago. Good for you, Naruto, you finally made a friend your age. So what did you need, father? I need you to make 2 bowls of miso ramen. One with extra pork, and one regular for Naruto and his friend. Will do, she said as she disappeared into the kitchen once again. Tenten was confused. What did I mean by finally made a friend his age? Doesn't he have any other friends? Hey Naruto? What did I mean? Don't you have other friends beside me? She was starting to get concerned for the boy sitting next to her. No, you're the first. But why? I can't tell you, maybe later when we're older? Okay, when we're older. Now she was even more confused. A minute later their food was set in front of them, and they proceeded to eat in a bit of an uncomfortable silence. They continued to be friends and trained together occasionally. Still to this day they train together, but considerably less often, now that they're both on genin teams. Flashback end. Yeah, she has been a really good friend to you over the 2 years you've known her. I still think you should tell her about everything. I will soon, I'm just waiting for the right moment. Maybe after the Chunin exams. Sasuke's POV. 2 hours later, after he went for a walk, Sasuke came across Naruto in a field. The blonde said he was going to train, but he was just sitting there with his legs crossed. Sasuke waited a few minutes to see if he would do anything, but he just continued to sit there. Third person POV. Sasuke was walking towards Naruto, wondering how the heck was this training? Naruto, having sensed him coming, opened his eyes and turned to look at him. Can I help you with something, Sasuke? Yeah, you can tell me how you're so much stronger than me when your idea of training is sitting on your butt doing nothing. This isn't the only type of training I do, Sasuke. There are many others. You just happened to show up a couple minutes ago when I was in the middle of this type of training. How do you know if I just showed up a couple minutes ago? I could have been watching you the entire time. I know for a fact that you only showed up a couple minutes ago. How so? Because that's when I started to sense you. You can sense me? How? He was even more intrigued with the blonde's skill. I can't tell you. After that, Naruto walked back to the house, while Sasuke tried to think about how sitting and doing nothing was an effective form of training. Nothing came to mind, so he just blew it off and walked back to the house a little ways behind Naruto. With Zabuza and the hunter Nin, third person POV. In the middle of a clearing, we find Zabuza unconscious with the hunter Nin kneeling beside him. The hunter Nin unwraps a tool scroll and takes out a pair of scissors, reaching towards Zabuza's face. First I'll cut off the bandages to drain the blood. Just then Zabuza wakes up and grabs the hunter Nin's arm, stopping her from what she was doing. That's enough, let me do it. He pulls down the wrappings, revealing his sharp shark-like teeth and glares at her. Brutal as always, Haku, he said as he began to yank the needles out of his neck. You're the one who's brutal, Zabuza. If you keep pulling them out like that, you really will die. How long are you going to wear that ridiculous mask? Take it off. I have fond memories of this mask. Plus it proved pretty useful in tricking that ninja. If I hadn't intervened, you'd be dead. There's no doubt about that. Putting me in a temporary death-like state is fine, but you didn't have to do it through the pressure points in my neck. Cruel as always, I think you enjoy it. It was the only sure way, and I didn't want to scar your flawless body. You'd complain about that even more, she said, smiling at him. The neck is more vulnerable. There's no layer of muscle, so I can go straight through to the pressure points. Zabuza tries to get up, but grunts in pain when he realizes he is barely able to move. Don't try to move, it's futile. Your body will be out of commission for at least a week. Of course, knowing you with your stubborn attitude, you might be able to move even sooner than that. So innocent, but yet so clever. A rare combination. That's why I keep you around. I'm still just a kid, what else would you expect? She stands up and looks out towards the water. The mist is cleared. Next time, will you be alright? Next time, I won't underestimate that kid. My blade will be the last thing he sees, before I run him through, he said, narrowing his eyes, vowing to put an end to Naruto, no matter what. He does not take the fact that he was beaten by a kid lightly. Tazuna's house, third person's POV. After Naruto and Sasuke get back to Tazuna's place, they head up to Kakashi's room, and see that he's awake. The sensei looked as if he was waiting for them. Their suspicion was proved correct, when they noticed Sakura kneeling beside Kakashi's cot staring at them expectantly. Naruto, the sensei began. Sasuke, come over here. There's something I need to tell all three of you. It was time to start taking this mission seriously. They both walked over, and sat next to Sakura, waiting for Kakashi to continue. What is it, sensei? The sensei's tone made Sakura worried. I have reason to believe that Zabuza is still alive. He looked to see his student's reaction, and was not surprised to see that only Sakura and Sasuke were shocked. If Naruto really was as smart as he seems, he probably came up with the same conclusion himself. That's what I thought, the blonde confirmed. What are you guys talking about? We saw that Hunter kill Zabuza. You yourself said that his heart stopped. The pinkette did not want to even think of the possibility that this terrifying enemy was still alive. That's because it did stop. Huh? Then how can he still be alive? She didn't understand at all. I'm pretty sure the Hunter put him in a near-death-like state, making us think he was dead. Think about it. How did the Hunter dispose of the body? Naruto hopes she catches on to this quickly. She's supposed to be the smartest in their year after all. I don't know. He took the body away from us. Remember, idiot? Exactly my point. A real Hunter disposes of the body on the spot. But instead of doing that, he took the body away. Yeah, so we don't learn any of the secrets or jutsu, duh. Seriously, I thought you were actually smart, Naruto, but that is the dumbest thing you've ever said. She was right the whole time. He was just trying to fool her. Her thoughts were cut short, however, as Naruto began to speak up again. Aren't you supposed to be the smartest in our year? There's no need to take the body away from us. Hunter ninja are trained to perform their jobs discreetly, preventing the secrets from getting out. Don't you remember any of this from the academy, Sakura? Oh yeah, he's right. Well, whatever. You're still just an idiot, Naruto. Think whatever you want to Sakura. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Another thing that points to Zabuza still being alive is the weapon the Hunter used to kill him. What about them? What is he on about now? Sakura was beginning to be annoyed. Naruto explains, telling them how Saban rarely is used to kill. Usually they're only used by medic nin for acupuncture treatments. They would have to strike a vital organ, none of which are in the neck. Hunter ninja know the anatomy of the human body inside and out. So putting the body in a near-death state would be easy for them, expertly said Naruto. With all this information, we can conclude that the Hunter ninja's objective was not to kill Zabuza, but to save him. Kakashi's shoulders rolled back in exhaustion. He was already getting tired of this mission. Sasuke started shaking with a determined look in his eye. He's actually happy Zabuza's alive, Kakashi noticed. Now he can have another shot at him. Having heard the entire conversation, Tazuna decided to speak up. Now wait just a second, aren't you reading too much into this? The kid totally destroyed that guy. Even if we're wrong, we need to prepare for the possibility that he is alive. How are we going to do that? You can barely move, sensei. She really didn't want it to be true. Zabuza had terrified her. I may barely be able to move, Sakura, but I can still train you, he says with his signature closed-eye smile. What's a little training going to do? You're a jonin, and even you had a hard time fighting him. Is he trying to get them killed, Sakura? When I was trapped in his water prison, who was the one who got me free? Sasuke. She totally forgot. Sasuke took the guy out without breaking a sweat. What about Naruto/me? Was the thought on all their minds. What about Naruto? Is she seriously such a fangirl that she forgot about her other teammates' rather large contribution to the outcome of the fight? Well, I guess he helped a little. This girl is ridiculous. Sasuke would never admit it, but without Naruto, they would probably be dead right now. The truth of this pissed him off. He needed to get stronger. What's the point? They'll never be able to stand up to Gato. Inari. Where have you been? Come here. Tazuna holds out his arms for a hug. The young boy ran into the older man's arms. Welcome back, Grandpa. Inari. That was very rude, the boy's mother scolded. These nice ninja protected your grandpa while they traveled here. But they're just gonna die, mother. He replies. Gato is too strong. Naruto wasn't worried one bit. Don't worry, kid. Gato won't be of any danger to us. He's just a coward who uses other people to do what he can't. Someone like that is too pathetic, and doesn't deserve what he has been blessed with in his life. What do you know anyway? Are you some kind of hero or something? I never said that, but we could all become heroes for the people of Wave. If we put an end to Gatos's reign, Inari persisted. No, you can't. Heroes don't exist. They just don't understand. He began to walk away. Inari, where are you going? The child turned back to his mother. I'm going to my room to look at the ocean. I want to be alone. I apologize for that. What happened to that kid? The blonde was confused. Did he say or do something wrong? Tazuna let out a sigh of grief. Before I tell you that, I need to tell you of the man this country named a hero. His name was Kaiza. 3 years ago a fisherman came to the land of waves pursuing his dreams. Inari was being bullied by a couple kids. They took his dog and threw it into the water. Inari was too scared to do anything, and then they pushed him in as well. Inari couldn't swim at the time, so he began to drown. At that moment, the dog realized he could doggy paddle to shore. Inari was left to drown. The fisherman saved him. From then on they became like father and son. They did everything together. One day, our dam began to overflow, which would eventually flood the country. Kaiza swam across and closed the gate. From that accomplishment, he was known as the hero of Wave. Then everything went to crap. Gato showed up and took control of the country. Kaiza stood up to him, and was executed in front of everybody. That includes Inari. Sakura's eyes were tearing up. That's so sad. Ever since that day, Inari hasn't smiled once. Forest, third person's POV. So what training are we going to do, sensei? First things first. We need a review on chakra. What it is, and how to use it. A huge smile appeared on the girl's face. Perfect, she has a chance to impress Sasuke with her knowledge. Kakashi is probably going to ask her to explain it for Naruto's sake. He was absent at the academy that day. As if he read her thoughts, the teacher turned to the blonde. Naruto, please explain. Sure thing, sensei. Sakura frowned. Like he knows anything. He's just gonna guess or something. Chakra is created when the two energies in our body, one being the physical energy from our body's billions of cells, and the other one being the spiritual energy from our training and experiences combine. Then we need to use a complex order of hand signs to guide our chakra into performing the many jutsu a shinobi can perform. Sasuke knew Naruto isn't actually stupid, but how does he know any of this? There has to be somebody else teaching him. How else would he be this strong and knowledgeable? Considering how often he was gone from the academy, that is the only explanation. Kakashi grinned below his mask. Just what he thought. He has had another teacher at some point in his life. How did you know any of that? You were gone that day. Sasuke wanted to know if his suspicions were correct. Yeah. Sasuke's right, Naruto. How do you know? Someone explained it to me when I first started training 6 years ago. Kakashi's one visible eye opened wide. You've been training since you were 6 years old, Naruto? No wonder he's already so strong. Yeah, why? He doesn't get what the big deal is. You were a Chunin by age 6, weren't you, Kakashi? Kakashi shrugged. Well, yeah, but I'm still surprised you started so young. People usually don't start training until their time in the academy, at least. That's true. There are rare cases. How else did you think I was this strong? The blonde gave them all a small grin, so that explains it. Still, how does what he was doing earlier count as any form of effective training? Plus, we started the academy at 7. This gave him a year to train before then. So why did he pretend to be weak and stupid? The raven-haired Uchiha didn't understand him at all. Sakura, on the other hand, couldn't believe it. There's no way he started training that early. He would have been too young and weak to do anything effective. If you had a year to train before the academy, then why would you pretend to be weak and idiotic? Oh, that. Well, first it was just for fun. Then I realized the beneficial training and experience it gave me. What beneficial training? Think about it. If I was able to fool my entire home village into thinking I was someone that I'm not, it would just be that much easier to fool an enemy, someone who has absolutely no knowledge of me whatsoever. Kakashi couldn't be more proud. That's genius. Wow, you really are something, Naruto. Anyway, back to why we're here. Why do we need to review chakra? We're already using it to perform jutsu. So what's the big deal? Yeah, you may be using it, but you're not using it effectively. The Uchiha turned to the blonde. How do you mean, Naruto? What he means is you're both wasting it. Unless you learn to figure out the proper amounts of chakra to use for a jutsu, you'll just run out of energy, and be nothing but a target for enemy ninja. You need to practice your chakra control. Doesn't Naruto need to practice his control as well? Naruto already has great chakra control. Remember when he walked on the water rather than come into the boat? That's a Chunin level chakra control exercise. Naruto can already stand on water for a few hours. So to answer your question, no, he does not need to practice. So what do we need to do? Sasuke asked, determined to become stronger than Naruto as fast as possible. Tree climbing, Kakashi explained. Tree climbing? Both Sasuke and Sakura questioned. How is that gonna help our chakra control? This is not any basic tree climbing. Why is that? Because, Kakashi grinned. You can't use your hands. What? Sakura says, aghast. How are we supposed to do that? Simple, you use your chakra to stick to the bark. All you need to do is focus your chakra into your feet, which is one of the hardest places in the body to do so. Then you walk up the tree. If you can perfect this exercise, you can master any jutsu. Theoretically, of course. Naruto looked up. Yes? Care to demonstrate to your teammates what I'm talking about? Okay. He put his hands in a seal, and began to focus chakra to the bottoms of his feet. Then, to his teammates' amazement, he walked up the face of the tree and hung upside down on the first branch, that was at least 20 feet in the air. See, that's all there is to it. A piece of advice though. Too much chakra, and the bark will break. Too little chakra, and you'll slip. I suggest running up the tree to start with. Here, use these kunai to mark your progress on the tree. Kakashi pulls out 2 of the knives and tosses them to Sakura and Sasuke. Sasuke was determined. He can do this. He's an Uchiha. This should be a piece of cake. The boy ran at the tree and began to progress up the side. Once he was 10 feet off the ground, the bark exploded. He marked his progress and jumped off the tree, landing back on the ground. This is harder than he thought. Like Naruto said, he put too much chakra into his foot, and the bark broke. Hey, this is pretty fun. Sakura was already on first branch of her tree, easily 25 feet off the ground. Well, I guess the Uchiha clan isn't that great after all. Sakura shows the most skill out of the two of you. Kakashi was trying to make Sasuke more determined to perfect the exercise. He knew full well the reason for Sakura's great chakra control was because of her lack of chakra compared to Sasuke's. Good job, Sakura. But don't get cocky, Naruto says, remembering Kurama's words during his weapons training 2 years ago. He also knew the reason for her chakra control being so good. But if he told them why, Kakashi's plan to get Sasuke more focused would probably fail. He will tell her individually. That way they can work on growing her chakra reserves. Sakura wanted Sasuke to be impressed with her. Why did Sensei have to say that? Now Sasuke will hate her. Sasuke was gonna perfect this. As of now, he was nowhere close to even beating Itachi. He had to focus. The Uchiha started running up the tree once more, and this time he got 20 feet before he marked the tree and jumped back down. Kakashi-sensei. I can watch over their training. You still need to rest. Naruto didn't give Kakashi any chance to argue as he created a clone to escort him back to Tazuna's house. After Kakashi left, the Uzumaki dropped from his branch into a flip, landing on the ground, crouched down with his fist hitting the ground. Then he walked to where Sakura was. Now he could help her get stronger. Hey Sakura? He accidentally startles her out of her thoughts. Sakura jumped. Don't scare me like that, Naruto. Sorry, but I want to tell you something. What? The reason your chakra control is so good is because you have smaller reserves than Sasuke, making it easier to control. Do you get it? Yeah, but if that's true, why did he say I have the most skill? Now Sasuke will be angry at me? I think he was trying to make Sasuke more focused and determined to perfect the exercise. Oh, that makes sense. She smiled at the thought of Sasuke becoming stronger. Is that all you wanted to tell me? No, I wanted to know if you wanted me to help you get stronger by strengthening your chakra reserves. Why would I want that? Didn't you hear me? I said it will make you stronger. It doesn't look like that convinced her. Guess he didn't have a choice. It'll make Sasuke like you more. Now she's convinced. Man, he sure hopes she gets over her crush soon, or she'll never become as strong as she could be. So how do we make my chakra reserves bigger? Easy, you just have to exhaust your chakra. After that they'll grow a little each time you do. Wouldn't that kill me? What's he planning? No, it won't kill you. Geez, why would she think he wants her dead? So how do I exhaust my chakra? I want you to run up and down the tree until you're too tired to do so. Then once you have your energy back, do it again. Repeat this process until you're called back to the house for dinner. Are you crazy? You want Sasuke to like you, right? Yeah, be you. Well, this is the way to do that. So get to it. He left no room for discussion. Reluctantly, Sakura began running up and down the face of the tree. With that out of his way, Naruto made his way over to help Sasuke. During the conversation with Sakura, the blonde noticed that Sasuke progressed another 10 feet up the tree. Hey Sasuke? What? I wanted to know if you wanted some help. Why would you want to help me? You hate me. I don't hate you, Sasuke. I may not like your attitude, but that doesn't mean I hate you. Plus, what kind of teammate would I be if I didn't help you when I knew I could? Alright, how would you help me? When you focus your chakra. Don't continue to add some. Preserve the chakra already in the bottoms of your feet to continue to stick to the tree. When you realize some of it is gone, then you can add some more, but not too much. Or you'll just get blasted off again. Is that all? Not exactly. The Uchiha still seems unfocused. It probably has something to do with his brother. Then what? Sasuke was getting a little impatient. When we introduced ourselves as a team, you said you want to destroy a certain someone. Yeah, what about it? That someone is your brother, isn't it? He asked, shocking Sasuke out of his impatience. How did you know that? No one their age or younger knows that Itachi is the one responsible for the Uchiha massacre. He glared at Naruto threateningly until the shock at what Naruto said next settled in. Same reason I know so much about the Sharingan. I knew Itachi. He knew Itachi? How do you know him? He was one of my trainers before the massacre. He is the one who helped me advance my hand seal speed, so that the Sharingan couldn't detect them. I mean the Mangekyo Sharingan still can. But I'm working on that. Why would Itachi teach Naruto how to nullify the use of the Sharingan? That doesn't make sense. Why did he train you? He saw how I was treated by the villagers, and wanted me to be able to protect myself. Even though I already could, thanks to Kurama. Itachi didn't know about the fox training the blonde. What did you mean how the villagers treated you? What did they do to him? I'll tell you some other time. No offense, but we don't really know each other that well. Naruto paused for a moment. Let's just say not everyone was loved and adored by them. So anyway, about my brother? Yeah, I want to know. Did he tell you anything after the massacre? Should Sasuke tell him? He didn't really have a reason not to. He told me to let my hatred of him grow, so I can become stronger. That only once I obtain the Manjikyu Sharingan will I be able to kill him and avenge the clan. That's the first time he told anyone about that. Sasuke had to wonder why he told Naruto of all people. Maybe it's due to the fact that the blonde can understand his pain. After all, he doesn't have a family either. That doesn't make any sense. If he wanted Sasuke to become angry and full of hatred, Why would he ask Naruto to look after him and protect him? He knew Itachi didn't want to kill everybody and was just acting under the elders and the Hokage. Maybe he thinks that if Sasuke, a fellow Uchiha, kills him, it'll ease him of the pain it caused him. Flashback 5 years ago, Naruto had just finished a long day of training with Kurama when he felt a chakra signature come into his room through the window. He looked up and saw Itachi standing in front of his bed, with tear-stained eyes and a grief-stricken look on his face. "What's wrong, Itachi-sensei?" Naruto climbed out of his bed and walked toward the distressed-looking teen. "I need to leave the village." "Why? What happened?" "It doesn't matter. I have a request." "What is it?" What could he possibly want from him? "I need you to look after my younger brother Sasuke." "Okay, but where are you going?" "I can't tell you." With that said, Itachi jumped back out the window, leaving a very confused Naruto in his wake. Naruto had to get to the bottom of this. He'll ask the old man tomorrow. He went back to his bed to get some sleep until the morning. The next morning, third person's POV, Naruto forgot all about his manners for the moment and busted into the Hokage's office. "Old man, why did Itachi have to leave?" "Naruto, I should have known you'd stop by. Tell me why he left." "He left because he murdered his entire clan. There's no use in hiding it from him. He'd just find out eventually." "But why did he do that?" "The Uchiha clan was planning to overthrow the village and take control." "Why?" "They were tired of the way they were treated by the village. Itachi offered to deal with the threat, but he couldn't kill his younger brother, Sasuke. That explains why he asked me to look after him." "What?" "He came to my apartment last night and asked me to look after Sasuke." "I see. If he eliminated the clan on your orders, why is he a rogue ninja?" "This does not make any sense. He has a mission. One of which I can't divulge the information to you. This mission will keep him out of the village for the rest of his life. So people have to think he's a missing nin to avoid suspicion." "That's messed up." "I agree, but it's beyond my power to change." "So should I tell Sasuke?" "I'm afraid you can't tell him. This is an S-rank secret." "Okay, but I still don't like it." Flashback end. "Another thing he taught me is my elemental training. Because of his Sharingan, it didn't matter what element I got. In the end, it was wind. There's also fire and lightning. But Sasuke did not need to know about that, especially since the blonde hasn't learned any jutsu for those elements yet. So he taught me a couple of the wind jutsu that he knew." "Well, that explains why he knows how to use wind-type jutsu. Did he teach you anything else?" "Yeah, he also taught me weapon throwing and chakra sensing, as well as chakra concealment." "Can you show me?" Now that he knew more of why Naruto was so strong, it's not as aggravating. But Sasuke is still an Uchiha, so he should be the strongest. "He will be the strongest." "Sure, later. Maybe after you perfect water walking. Now about the whole let your hatred make you stronger. That's not very good advice." "What do you mean?" "If you let your hatred drive you, you'll be blinded by anger and lose focus in your training." He makes a good point. I'll think about that. "Can I get back to the tree climbing now?" "Yeah." Sasuke once again runs up the tree, taking into account what Naruto told him. He made it 60 feet up the tree before being blasted away. "Continue that progress and you'll be perfecting this exercise in no time." Naruto created 2 clones to watch over them while he went to do his own training a little ways away. Behind a tree, a figure was watching them before it turned and walked away. "What are they doing?" "It's pointless. They'll never beat Gato." Tazuna's house, third person's POV. Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke walk through the front door. Sasuke and Sakura are using each other for support, and both look utterly exhausted. Kakashi glanced over to the pair. "What happened to you two?" He chuckled to himself at the look of his team. When it comes to training, Naruto is a slave driver. Seriously, Sakura feels like she was about to die from chakra exhaustion. Is this really how the Pinkette was supposed to enlarge her chakra reserves? Don't worry, Sakura. It'll get easier the more you work at it. In a couple of weeks, you should be able to perform more advanced jutsu. That's a plus, right? Yeah, I guess. Now we know why you look like that. But why does he? Kakashi gestures to the raven-haired genin. I am made it to the top of the tree. Man, the Uchiha was exhausted. But he was finally getting stronger. He'll be stronger than Naruto in no time. He already made it to the top. He must have been really motivated. It's probably because he hates being behind Naruto all the time. Well, any motivation is better than nothing. Good, now you and Sakura can go protect Tazuna tomorrow. No disrespect, sensei, but I'll protect Tazuna tomorrow. They both still need more training, if we're going to face Zabuza and the Hunter Nin. Sasuke and Sakura need to use this time to train as best they can. Being with Tazuna is only going to hinder their progress. I guess you're right. I'm sure you can handle it by yourself. Now come sit down. Tsunami's almost done making dinner. Tsunami brings out some sautéed vegetables with mashed potatoes. A peaceful quietness surrounds the group until it's broken by Inari. Why are you guys training so hard? You'll never be able to defeat Gato. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, training is better than doing nothing. Naruto replies in a calm tone, with a look of indifference. You can train until you drop, it won't matter. The weak are always defeated by the strong. You don't know anything about this country. You come in here with a positive attitude all the time, without a care in the world. All the while, people like me live in turmoil. You don't know what it's like to suffer. After Inari's outburst, the remaining people in the room turned to Naruto. Sakura, remembering the old Naruto, expected him to lash out at the kid irrationally. They were all surprised when Naruto quietly stood up from his seat. What he did next made all of them drop their mouths in shock. He walked towards Inari, stared down at the boy, raised his hand above his head, and slapped the kid right across the face, leaving a hand-shaped mark on his cheek where his hand connected. The room was silent. No one knew what to do. When Naruto spoke up, it gave them all chills. His voice was deeper and resonated in anger and hatred that they never witnessed from the blonde boy before. Don't talk about things you don't know or understand. My life is far worse than yours. So are a lot of the people's lives in your country. You have a warm place to live, food to eat, a comfortable bed to sleep in, and a mother and grandfather that would do anything for you. Other people, older and younger than you, are homeless, by themselves, and lucky if they get something to eat once a week. So don't you dare start complaining about how hard your life is. You lost your dad, I get it. That's awful, but it doesn't mean you can just sit around all day moping about your life. When compared to others, your life is great. By the way, Gato isn't strong. He's just a scrawny wimp, who has enough money to pay other people to do his dirty work. He hides behind his guards. He's a coward, and so are you. If your life is so horrible, then do something and change it. If you don't, then do us all a favor and stop antagonizing those who do. And for the love of Kami, stop crying, you little baby. Naruto heads towards the door. Naruto! That was totally uncalled for. You went to Fa. Sakura. Do me a favor, and shut the hell up. He put his hand on the doorknob and opened the door. Where are you going, Naruto? Kakashi asked with a hint of worry in his voice. I need to go blow off steam. Sasuke, Sakura, meet me in the forest tomorrow at 7 a.m. for more training. 7. Are you serious? Yes, you need as much training as possible. Be glad I didn't say 5. What about you, huh? You don't honestly believe you can take on Zabuza at your current state, do you? Besides chakra control, he is just as weak as her. Sasuke, on the other hand, is stronger than them, and could take on Zabuza easily. I think I could probably fight Zabuza. But of course, I'll be training as well. Just not with the same things. Now I'll see you tomorrow, goodbye. He was done with the conversation. He left out the door, and down the road, towards the forest. Well, that was unexpected. Naruto hardly ever acts out in anger. Except maybe when he's pranking somebody. Inari, are you okay? His mother asked tentatively, while reaching out to pull him into her, in case he needed to be soothed after the actions of the blonde. Inari jerked away from his mother, and ran outside toward the dock, with tears in his eyes. Inari, I'll go talk to him. Kakashi left in the same direction as Inari, to hopefully make the kid feel better. The room was silent, and nobody moved, just opting to stare at the door. A minute later, Sasuke went to his room, closely followed by Sakura, but separating, as they got to their respective lodgings. With Kakashi and Inari, third person's POV, Inari was sitting on the edge of the dock with his feet dangling above the water, a look of sadness on his face. Kakashi came right up to the side of the boy, and looked at him for a moment before letting his presence be known. Mind if I sit down? Sure. Inari continues staring off into the distant sea, barely paying attention. Naruto didn't mean what he said. Then why'd he say it? He has his own special way of dealing with people. Naruto doesn't have a father either. Actually, Naruto never had any parents, and doesn't have a single friend in our village. Really? How come? He's blamed for something of which he has no control over. The people in our village, who are old enough to know what it is, are not allowed to discuss it. But that did not stop them from making sure his life was as horrible as possible. They told their children to stay away from him. So he was never able to make any friends his age. I think out of everybody here, Naruto can relate to you the most. He knows how you feel, better than we ever could. In the time I've known him, he has never cried. Naruto doesn't know the meaning of give up. He always fights for what he wants, and is never deferred. He's probably tired of crying all the time, and wants to do everything in his power to be acknowledged by people in a positive way. That's why he's so hard on you. He wants you to be strong. Heed his words. If your life isn't the way you want it, then do everything you can to change it. That's what Naruto would do, and your father as well. Tazuna told us all about him. It is sad, but Naruto's right. Just because something horrible happens in your life doesn't mean you can just cry all the time. Kakashi gets up and walks back toward the house. Later, he says, turning his head over his shoulder, with his signature eye smile, with Naruto. Naruto was in a huge clearing fighting about 200 of his clones, occasionally changing which taijutsu style he was using. That way, he can maximize his training results. The nerve of that kid, spouting off all that crap, thinking he knows me and my life. He needs a lesson in the ways of the real world. Calm down, kid, he's just a child. I don't care. People like that need to just shut up. They have no idea what they are talking about. I understand, but that doesn't excuse the way you treated him. I just showed him a little tough love, Naruto explains innocently. Sure, yeah I know. It's just people like that make me so angry. After the final clone was defeated, Naruto conjured up about 400 more and switched to one of his more vicious fighting styles, the Dorigan no Hano, Dragon Flame. The Dragon Flame is a style that relies more on offense than defense, using fast and precise punches and kicks to prevent any opening for attacks. You can relentlessly beat on your opponent, until they're either dead or unconscious, or just until they're unable to fight anymore. This style requires your taijutsu speed to be really fast. He himself wasn't able to perfect the style, until he could move at speeds which only a Jonin or higher could still see him. After he destroyed all of his clones, he collapsed from exhaustion. The next day, Naruto's POV. What time is it, Kurama? He was still groggy, having just woken up. About 6:55, you need to go see your teammates. They're probably already waiting for you at the trees. Naruto created 5 clones and sent them off to protect Tazuna at the bridge. Then he ran to the trees. About 3 minutes later he arrived and saw them staring at him. What? Do I have something on my face? Third person's POV. Sakura stares at him. You look exhausted. What exactly were you doing all night? Training. What are we going to be doing today? Sasuke was clearly losing his patience. Naruto smirked before pulling out a couple kunai. You'll be facing me, 2 against 1 in a kenjutsu sparring match. Sasuke grinned and pulled out a kunai of his own. Are you sure that's a very smart idea, Naruto? You could get hurt? Now's her chance to prove that she is useful to Sasuke. Sorry, Naruto, but you're going down. Before we start, there is a catch. He began to take off his headband and wrap it around his eyes. As you can see, I will not be able to see during our match. Consider it a handicap, to make it easier for you guys. He was aggravating them on purpose. Sakura balked at his display. Are you stupid, Naruto? Now you'll definitely get hurt. I wouldn't be so sure about that, if I were you. In one swift move, Sasuke threw one kunai towards Naruto, while at the same time, rushing at him from behind, with the other one. He smirked, thinking he had Naruto beat. Then something unbelievable happened. Naruto caught the first kunai in his left hand, and whirled around just in time to intercept the kunai that Sasuke was aiming toward his neck, with the other kunai in the Uchiha's right hand. Naruto smirked. Nice try, Sasuke. What how? I have quite a few tricks up my sleeve. I barely scratched the surface of my skills with you. Even with Kakashi, I was still holding back. He handed Sasuke back his kunai. Sasuke took the knife. How strong are you, Naruto? Anger was evident in Sasuke's body language. Guess you'll just have to wait and see. Naruto smirked one last time, before looking in Sakura's direction, which probably creeped her out, because she doesn't know that Naruto can sense her presence. Why didn't you try to come at me, Sakura? Remember what I told Kakashi on day 1. Your enemy won't wait for a start, so don't expect one. Unless of course it's a test. Then you need to wait for a start. Sakura was flabbergasted. How did he do that? Also, how did he know where she was? He shouldn't even be able to see her. What the heck was that? He stopped Sasuke without even looking. How did that ever happen? He barely even had time to know where the raven-haired boy was coming from. Yet he blocked his attack perfectly, without even breaking a sweat. Sasuke figures the blonde could be just as strong as Kakashi without the Sharingan. Are you guys ready to go again? And for future reference, you should both come at me together. Remember, teamwork is a great way to take down a foe, who might possibly be stronger than you. Give me a break. Like you're actually strong enough, that all that will beat you, is teamwork. You're not the sensei, Naruto. You won't be that difficult? A look of smugness graced Sakura's features. Well, if you're so sure about that, then why don't you both come and fight me at the same time? I won't even use my clones to win. It'll just be me. Care to put your money where your mouth is? Naruto smirks, infuriating her more. Sakura was so angry, she whipped out 2 kunai and threw them both at Naruto, aiming for his head. To which he ducked, avoiding them easily. This made Sakura even angrier, causing her to charge at Naruto with 2 more kunai aimed toward his legs. All he had to do was lift his foot and step on the arm with the first kunai, followed by a simple kick with the opposite foot, knocking the second kunai out of her hand and back a few feet. Naruto vanished, grabbed kunai before it hit the ground, and reappeared before she could even do anything more. All the while, still having the headband wrapped around his eyes. I thought I told you to both come at me. If you're not gonna take this seriously, and just waste my time, why should I even bother training you? With nothing else needing to be said, Naruto began to walk away, knowing that would get them to take this seriously. He was not disappointed as he sensed 4 kunai coming at him from 2 different directions. He smirked before blocking the 2 on his left, and sidestepping the 2 on his right. Damn it! They got to get him to run out of usable kunai before they would even have a chance at defeating him. Sakura, follow my lead. We need to somehow get him to lose both kunai. That way he won't be able to block or repel our attacks anymore. Yeah. Then we'll crush him. Right, Sasuke? Is that so? I hope you can back that up, Sakura. Sasuke rushed Naruto with his first kunai. Knowing this would cause him to block the attack, leaving an opening for Sakura to knock it out of his hand. He smirked when Naruto began to block the attack. Just like he planned. Now Sakura threw her kunai at Naruto, effectively knocking the kunai he was holding out of his hand. Sasuke smirked until he saw Naruto grin, right before summoning a third kunai to intercept Sasuke's. Sasuke jumped back, before rushing at Naruto again. Right as he was about to jab at his torso, Naruto vanished and reappeared behind Sasuke, holding a kunai to his throat. "You lose," he announces calmly. "What? That's ridiculous. You had to have Che." Naruto vanished once again, before appearing behind Sakura, with a kunai held to her throat as well. "You fail as well. You shouldn't have let your guard down, Sakura," Naruto says in a scolding manner. "Well, now that we're done with that, it's clear we need to work on your speed and strength." Naruto vanishes and reappears a second later with 2 sets of arm and leg weights. "Here, put these on. 25 pounds each arm and leg for you, Sakura, and 50 pounds each arm and leg for you, Sasuke. What are these supposed to do? Other than make you look atrocious to the human population, these atrocious fashion, where, as you so eloquently put it, will help you become stronger and faster. Once you can move normally with this much weight on you, add 10 more pounds. Then once you can handle that, add another 10 pounds, and so on. There is no way I'm wearing these. They're ugly, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware your appearance was more important to you than impressing Sasuke," Naruto retorts, knowing exactly how to get her to concede. "How much weight are you wearing, Naruto?" "About 70 pounds on my arms, and 100 on my legs." "Well, if you can handle that, I should surely be able to handle more. If you're so sure about that, then try this much." He then handed Sasuke 120 pounds, leg weights, and 80 pounds, arm weights. "See how well you can move in those," he said with a knowing grin. Sasuke put on the weight and felt somewhat okay on his feet. A cocky smile takes over Sasuke's face. "Told you, loser. Come on, Naruto, you didn't honestly believe you were stronger than Sasuke, did you?" she said with an incredulous tone. Why don't you try moving now?" The second Sasuke took a step forward, he fell flat on his face. To which Naruto just laughed. Sakura ran to Sasuke, making sure he was alright. Then she turned and glared at Naruto. "What's wrong with you, Naruto? How can you laugh after something like that happened to one of your teammates? I told him he wouldn't be able to handle it. It's not my fault he's so stubborn and has to prove he's the best all the time." Naruto defended against Sakura's temper, which didn't faze him whatsoever. Naruto took off the extra weight, and Sasuke was finally able to stand back up. He was also able to move, with only a little resistance from the weight. "By the way, Sasuke, thanks for reminding me that I need to upgrade my weights." He then proceeded to add 20 pounds to his legs, making the weight on his legs 120 pounds, and 30 pounds on his arms, making the weight on his arms add up to 100 pounds each. Naruto, however, was still able to move fairly well, barely being restricted at all. So he added 20 more lbs to each of his limbs. Now there was 140 pounds on each leg and 120 pounds on each arm. Now it was more difficult to move freely. This, of course, just caused Sasuke to growl in anger. "What do we do next? You guys are going to do more tree climbing, to get your body situated with the extra weight. This will also make you stronger and better with your chakra control, seeing as the heavier the object, the more chakra is needed to maintain contact with the tree. Alright, what will you be doing?" Maybe if he tells him, he can ditch this training and do what he does, and then he'll become stronger than him. Sasuke's musings were cut short. The Uchiha did not get the answer he was hoping for. "None of your business, Sasuke." Naruto increased his ki, showing there was no room for discussion. Sakura started visibly shaking under the intensity of Naruto's glare. So did Sasuke, but he hid it better. Naruto had noticed anyway, which made him smile, before he vanished in a flash of orange. Kakashi's POV. Kakashi wanted to see how Naruto was doing with the team training, so he summoned his ninja dog Pakun to sniff them out, and followed the trail. When they got there, he was surprised, to say the least, when he saw Naruto taking on both Sasuke and Sakura simultaneously. All while wearing a blindfold. From the look on his face, he wasn't really trying at all. At best, he was probably just trying to gauge their skills, as of this moment in their training. He then gave them some weights so they could condition their bodies. Sasuke, being who he was, of course tried to show off. This in turn led to him just embarrassing himself by falling flat on his face, into the ground. But what really put him on edge is the amount of ki that Naruto put into his stare. Even the Jonin tensed up a little bit, watching him glare at his teammates with a look that promised pain, if there was any opposition to his commands. He wonders if Naruto even knows how strong he himself is. Or how strong he can become. After that, Kakashi walked back to the house so he could lay down some more. Naruto sure is an interesting teacher. With Naruto, third person's POV, Naruto was training another one of his taijutsu styles, Hochuan, Monkey Fist, with about 200 clones. This style relies on strength and agility. You have to constantly be moving while taking any openings you can. Once you find one, increase the chakra to your hands or feet depending on what you're attacking with, and hit the target as hard as you can. When you're on defense, it's a similar concept. Increase chakra to your arms and legs. That way when you get hit, you're about as immovable as a gorilla. This technique is called monkey fist, because you attack and defend with the strength rivaling a gorilla. It is mainly used when facing an enemy who is bigger and stronger than you, thus removing any disadvantages caused by size and strength. After 4 hours of each clone practicing the style against another clone, Naruto purposely dispelled all of them at once. That way the memory overload would knock him out, giving him some much-needed rest. The next morning, under the shade of the large overgrown trees, we see a girl, about 12 years of age, picking some medicinal herbs. She slowly and carefully places each plant into her basket with tender care. When she notices the Uzumaki laying down 20 feet from her position, she stands up and begins to walk in his general direction. When she gets to the body, she kneels down and slowly reaches her hand out to his neck, thinking it would be so easy to kill him right now. She instead chooses to grab his shoulder and shake him awake. Hey, wake up. Seriously, you'll catch a cold if you continue to sleep out here. Ugh. He slowly sits up and leans his back against a tree. It's okay, I don't ever get sick, he said with a warm smile which made the young girl loosen up a bit, thinking he wasn't a threat to her at this moment. That's cool, anyway what are you doing out here in the cold for? She gave the blonde an amused smile. I was just resting for a while after my training exercise. What are you training for? I'm a ninja, and I'm on a mission to protect someone from a pretty dangerous man. This guy is building a bridge that is the hope of this country. That's why I must be as strong as possible. If Tazuna dies, so too does the hope for this place to ever get any better. That's noble. So now that that's out of the way, what are you doing out here? A knowing smirk crosses his countenance. It put the hunter Neem back on edge. I'm collecting herbs with medicinal properties, so I could help an injured friend recover faster. Can I help? Sure, by the way. What's your name? If you don't mind my asking? It's cool, my name is Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. What's yours? Haku. Nice to meet you, Haku. He smiled and began helping her collect the herbs. After an hour or so, they were done and Naruto got up and began to walk away. Before he left, he turned to the girl with a smirk. By the way, Haku, yes? One question. When should I be expecting to run into you and Zabuza again? He smirked at the shocked look on Haku's face, and flashed away in a blur of orange. Over the next few days, Team 7 continued their individual training. Naruto practiced his taijutsu while Sakura and Sasuke strengthened their chakra control, enhanced their chakra reserves, and conditioned their bodies with the weights. Tazuna's house, third person's POV. Now that it's been about a week since our last encounter with Zabuza, I think it's safe to say, he'll be coming after you tomorrow. This will most likely happen at the bridge. So no more training for now, right sensei? Right, Naruto. Now that I have completely recovered, I'll be accompanying you as well, Tazuna. Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen to you, if I have anything to say about it. He looked at Tazuna, who nodded in thanks. Was 1 week really enough training, sensei? Are you sure we're ready? Sakura asked, doubt evident in her tone. You three are stronger than you realize, Sakura. Besides, if worst comes to worst, you still have Naruto and I, fighting alongside you. You'll be just fine. Jonin flashed his signature eye smile. Sakura was defiant. You mean Sasuke? What? I think what you meant to say was, if worst comes to worst, at least I'll have you and Sasuke fighting alongside me. You accidentally said Naruto? No, Sakura. I meant Naruto. As of right now, he is stronger than Sasuke, and would be far more useful in the fight. What? How can you say that? Sasuke is way stronger than Naruto. Naruto's pathetic and never does anything right. Sasuke is the one who always saves the day. If it wasn't for him, we never would have beat Zabuza last time. Whatever you say, Sakura. Naruto rolled his eyes, clearly annoyed with his pink-haired teammate. You know it's true, Naruto. You're useless. No one even wants you, he dash. She was cut off by Naruto knocking her out with a chop to the neck. Naruto. Why did you do that? I did it, to get her to shut up. With that said, Naruto went up to his room to sleep, and get prepared for what tomorrow may bring. No one else said anything more, and just slowly walked off to their separate rooms to get some sleep. Naruto and Sasuke's room, Sasuke's POV. Sasuke went up to his and Naruto's room to get some sleep. When he walked in, the blonde was awake, just staring at the ceiling. What are you doing? Thinking. About? Nothing that has to do with you. Can I ask you a question? Sure. Why didn't you prove Sakura wrong? Why let her talk to you like that, when you know what Kakashi said was true? What's the point? What do you mean? Well, let's look at it like this. 1. She's your fangirl, so no matter what I do, she will always see you as better. 2. When you have to constantly prove yourself better than others, it kind of diminishes the point of it bit by bit, don't you think? I guess I never thought of it that way. Now you will. Good night, Sasuke. He rolled over and went to sleep. Good night, Naruto. The next morning, third person's POV. Everybody but Naruto wakes up and prepares for the possibility of coming across Zabuza at the bridge. Naruto's exhausted himself from the constant rigorous training he does. When he wakes up, tell him he has the day off. Tsunami smiles at the Jonin. Of course, see you later. How can Naruto say he's stronger, and yet he is the one who is asleep, cause he's too tired to function properly? Sakura was completely oblivious to the annoyance of her fellow teammates. Ugh, why did Naruto and him have to get stuck with her as our third member? Come on, seriously, both of them would have preferred anybody else but her. Kakashi was regretting passing Sakura. Sasuke has gotten more respectful with his teammates. At least with Naruto, Sakura, not so much. Sasuke has begun to rely on Naruto, and their teamwork has increased immensely. Maybe Sakura will come around, eventually. The bridge. When Team 7 minus Naruto arrived at the bride, it was too late. Once the fog cleared, all anybody could see were bloody corpses sprawled across the entire bridge, and the smell of the rotting bodies was enough to make anybody nauseous. Well, look who finally showed up. The monkey and his little teammates. Alright, I'm back, sorry for the long wait. I'm going to try and write this in a more traditional style of writing. So tell me which style you like better, after reading this chapter. Without further ado, on with the story. Well. If it isn't the monkey and his teammates. Zabuza appeared out of the mist with the hunter Nin by his side. He glances over the Genin and the Jonin sensei. Look, the little one's still shaking. The rogue Nin creates 10 water clones that surround the team. A smirk showing up on his face, Sasuke replies in a cocky tone. I'm shaking from excitement. He pulls out a kunai and waits for his sensei's command. Do it, Sasuke! Kakashi orders. In a split second, Sasuke disappears and reappears back in his original spot. All the clones turn back into water and slosh to the ground. So the Genin has gotten stronger, has he? Zabuza glances around, looking for Naruto. Where's the blonde one? I want to pay him back for what he did to me in our last fight, he says with an evil glint in his eyes. Back at the house with Naruto. How could they leave Tsunami and Inari alone with Gato's thugs still out there? Naruto thought as he pretended to be asleep. They probably didn't think about it, Kit. Plus you're still here, so it's fine. Yeah, I know. But imagine if I was actually asleep. Then what? The thugs would come and probably abduct the both of them, you know? I guess you're right. So how long do you think we have to wait? Assuming the battle is going on right now, Gato will send his thugs when he thinks we're busy. So it shouldn't be long. Just then a knock